YTS. All right, we'll give that a shot. YTS Industries. YTS. LSI Industries. Okay, not finding that QYLD. All right, QYLD is an ETF. Okay. QYLD. It's a monthly, and it's an ETF. So apparently you don't listen very much. I saw NYCB today, 450 bid, 45. 45 ask, why did I lose money? Well, iShare, let's take a look at it. NYCB. NYCB. Okay, what did you buy it at? 45. It was $3.67. It didn't go close to $4. Y'all would like that one, Potter stocks. All right, no coins here, dude. Okay, iShare. I sold NYCB Strike 450. All right, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Is the YouTube up and running? Okay, here's NYCB right here. $3.67. Why you were selling the 450 is beyond me. Okay, the $4 was crap. The 350 was 20 cents. You guess the math wasn't correct. Potter stocks. All right, come on. This is not working. First one in the evening, not even 5 minutes in. Looks like 3 channels are streaming on YouTube. I see YouTube. Okay, hello, dear. What should I do? Thank you. My first. I didn't know. Okay, the idea iShares is to buy it at the money. Right now, at the money is $3.63. Okay. Now, $3.63. The closest strike price would be the $3.50. Okay, that way you're only off 15 cents. Hello, what do you think about Limecoin? Okay, Pavel, we don't do coins here. Dividend stocks only. Okay, this is your second time with that. Okay, I don't do coins at all. Please do not mention them again. I had to get rid of one person today. I think they say if you don't have enough haters, you're just not doing something right. Gotcha, no problem. Kohl's is not trading well. We will see 24 handle. Well, let's take a look at it. Okay, if you paid $3.63, the 3 is going for 20 cents a piece. Okay, you lose 13 cents right off the top. Okay, so that means you're only making 7 cents. 7 cents on a $3.50 stock is 2%. I don't know where you went wrong. Stock is going back down. Is that the highest it will go? That I don't know. I put $1 million in JPI and now set for life. Well, good for you. Are your thoughts on AI? Well, AI is going to make life very interesting. That's what I'm looking out for. What do you call that? Skynet. Yeah, I'm waiting for Skynet to kick in. Is technical analysis legit? It all depends on how you look at it and what your goals are. Mom boss, yeah, AI. Yep, it's going to slowly take over. Are there any better dividend yielding stocks other than JEPI? JEPI is not a dividend stock. That's an ETF. Can you please explain one more time? All right, iShare. You want to buy a good quality dividend stock. NYCB is not a good quality dividend stock. I only played that one because it was gambling and the numbers just look good. Okay, had no other place to go but up. That's the only reason I got on it. Now, a good quality stock would be something like AT&T. And as a matter of fact, AT&T is on the list today. So why don't we start off with AT&T? Okay. All right. AT&T hasn't announced yet for this year. But usually AT&T is in the first week of the year. Okay. The first week of the quarter. Okay. We're looking at quarter number 2. All right. Because quarter number 2 is 2 weeks away. Okay. So that's why we're looking at it now. Now, AT&T's dividend should be somewhere around 27 cents. Okay. Now, right here, AT&T, the last trade was 17.30. Okay, we can buy it for 17.30. And the 17s are going for 35 cents. We're going to make 5 cents. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. That is horrible. Okay, the 17.5 is going for 6 cents. Not even worth it, in my humble opinion. CHWI. All right, Bab, I'm going to say no. PFE, Pfizer's a good one. That one I'll write down. PFE. All right. Now, the reason why I'm not writing that other one down, CHWI, it's not on the list. It's just a waste of our time to take a look at it. Okay, I'm doing the YouTube one, not the YouTube one, Facebook. That way the people from Facebook can at least watch. Alrighty. Not seeing your screen on YouTube. Yep, apparently I'm having an issue with it. Right here, see? Having an issue with YouTube. You think Our Way will come back after the big drop? Our Way? I have no idea what Our Way is. YouTube Live control panel. You just close a dockable window. If you like to show it again, use the menu dock on the bar. You got to be kidding me. All right, well, that ought to be fun. So are you just trying to buy the stock like 2 weeks before the dividend and then pay out? Then selling stock? No, that's not it at all. I'm seeing a YouTube, no problem. Okay. Well, then there you have it. YouTube, no problem. All right, thanks, Al. Let's go back to Facebook. All right. See if that works. And there it is. Okay. Hold on a second. I am almost ready. We're just getting Facebook up and running. Sick and twisted. Some people are just sick and twisted. There we go. Why not? And we're live on Facebook. Yay! All right. Denny Conman. All right. Do you have any UPS stocks? No, UPS is not this time of year. Okay, now I do UPS. However, UPS has a certain time of year that I actually buy it, or should I say, a certain time of the quarter. Okay, right now we're still in the first quarter, but we're trading stocks into the second quarter. Okay, we're looking at the first week of the second quarter. S&P crash to 3,500 because bricks, probably. Hey, Jen, we don't do monthly stocks on this channel. Thanks, Jen. Saves me the effort from doing that. Dividends paid 153 quarter. Okay, are dividend prorated per length of ownership? No, they're not. Okay, what is this about the SOUN? S-O-U-N. Okay, S-O-U-N does not have dividends, so why are you asking me to look at it? Seriously, S-O-U-N. SoundHound. Okay, it's a weekly, but it doesn't have dividends. S-O-U-N. Okay, nothing in April. Okay, nothing in March. Nothing in February. Nothing in January. So why am I even bother looking at it? Okay, UPS. I'm pretty sure UPS is in the second. Yeah, UPS is in week number 8, looks like. He's buying sell. Okay, KSCP. No, that's not on the list either. Is buy sell criteria still one? Okay, no. Nvidia bought some. Okay, no. So some think it's special. No. SLB. That's Schlumberger. SLB. It is Schlumberger. Schlumberger is a monthly. Okay, Saul. Schlumberger is a monthly, and it's on the 5th week, 6th week. Sorry, it's the 6th week of the quarter. Week number 6. We're in week number 12? Yeah, we're on week number 12. What program do you use to see when these companies pay dividends? That's Thinkorswim. It's owned by Charles Schwab. Tesla crash to 102. Well, you know what? Tesla doesn't pay dividends, so I'm not quite sure, Bab, if you can read dividend investing. Okay, dividend investing means they got to have dividends, and Tesla doesn't. What is the best dividend out there now? Couldn't tell you. Cool. I have Charles Schwab. All right, Brendan. Good. All right, so let's take a look at what's on the list. All right, this is the list I made up this afternoon. This morning, we didn't see things very well. UPS has always paid a quarterly dividend, even before it went public. Okay. UPS. All right, who sits up at UPS? All right, Denny, whatever, con man. See, UPS, February, okay? 3rd week in February, okay? It already came and went, and we already did UPS for the quarter. So we won't do UPS again until the next quarter, which is in 2 weeks. So I don't do it until it's ready. Dividend paying is mostly value trap like PFE. Okay, Bab, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. PFE. Pfizer have their dividend the 1st week of the quarter, actually week number 4. Nice Thorogood shirt. You like that? You buy 10 days before the EX. That is correct. The 26th, which is 1, 2, 3, 4th week of the quarter. Okay, so we won't see Pfizer again for another 3 weeks. Okay, 3 more weeks for Pfizer. Okay, so let's get to the list. Okay, we didn't see very much good things this morning, so let's go. Value trap means stock drops. All right, Bab, I really appreciate that. I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years, but I didn't know that. Thank you for enlightening me. I'll sleep better tonight. How long do you have to hold stock to collect a dividend? Well, you have to buy it on or before the EX date, okay? Which means you only have to hold it for 1 or 2 days, minimum. I thought when I first started you had to own it for a year, but you don't, 1 or 2 days. Hey, Doc, how you doing? I worked there, so management for 38 years and 10 months. Buy the stock and keep it. Well, that's great if it works for you. It doesn't work for me. I buy a stock, collect a dividend, or I collect a premium, and then I move on to the next one. I have about 150 companies I look at. Do you ever buy without a call option? Never. Well, not in this trading strategy. Remember, I have 5 accounts, okay? I share 2 of them with you guys. 2, okay? You can take a look at anything. Verizon and Pfizer pay good dividends, but stocks are down 40%. All right, Bab, fine. I'm not buying either one of them now. Wait a minute. Verizon is on the list. We are going to take a look at Verizon. It's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's number 8 on the list today. So we're going to be looking at Verizon very shortly. All right, I'm going to turn the question. I'm going to be like, no more questions. Let's just get down to what we're looking at. First thing on the list is MDLZ. Madeleine. Why? Well, because Madeleine is on Warren Buffett's list. Where's Warren Buffett's list? Right here. MDLZ, right there. This is Warren Buffett's list. These are all Warren Buffett stocks right here. MDLZ, USB. That's the one we'll look at right now. Thank you, Bab. How about Excellent Energy? I never heard of them. Okay, let's take a look at MDLZ while we're, MDLZ. Now, MDLZ is a weekly optionable stock. Okay. The last trade was 71.31. The ask is 71.57. So we'll be looking at the 72s. Not enough. The 71s aren't enough either. Those numbers just don't work. So we're going to cross off the list. All right, Dan, excellent Xcel Energy. You have to give me this ticker symbol because I can't put that into the trade grid. Okay, MDLZ, don't get me wrong, it's a nice company. The numbers just don't work. They worked earlier this morning, earlier this afternoon. USB. USB. Okay, 42.47. Oh, there we go. Those numbers work. Can a call option get sold before the expiration date? Well, Seth, you need to understand how XEL. I'm writing it down. All right, Dan, I'm gonna write it down. XEL, but I've never heard of it, so it's probably not going to be a good one. All right, Seth, this is an answer for you. Can a call option get sold before an expiration date? Well, you got to be more specific because there are a lot of call options. There's weekly options, monthly options, and that's what they call LEAPs, which is long-term equity anticipation. I don't know, something like that. Long equity advanced participation. I don't know, something like that. Weekly. Well, here's the thing. Weeklies are about maybe 10 days from when they first come available. Well, nope, 25 days. Here we go. All right, so if we're looking at the list here, this is a weekly, the 22nd. Okay, this one is the 28th. This is the 5th. This is the 12th. Okay, other than that, they don't have any more weeklies. Okay, then it goes to monthlies. So this one right here, you can buy and sell that just like a stock. You can buy it tomorrow. You can sell it tomorrow. But it all depends on what your strategy is. So yeah, I buy a stock and I sell the option. Can I buy it back? Yes. Okay, can I buy an option? Yeah, I can. But it all depends on what your strategy is and what your plan is. Why are you buying and selling in the first place? Now, you're relatively new here, so I really don't know what it is you're trying to do. Now, a lot of these people here, the audience, you'll see that I actually, they sent me their phone number and I actually called them up and had a conversation with them. So if you feel you want to chat, DM me with your phone number, I'll give you a buzz. Now, while we're on that subject, I also got to let you guys know that there are about eight confirmed people pretending to be me. Dividend Stock Talk Dividend Stock Talk, yeah. There's about 8 of them. So if by chance you get an email or DM from me asking for money or for you to invest in something, it ain't me. It ain't really. Because I will not take anyone's money unless I actually personally talk to you on the phone. DM me with your phone number. I'll give you a buzz. We'll have a chat. All right? And I don't do cryptocurrency. If I ask you to send me money to this really cool crypto, yeah, nope, not me. Okay, so in anything I do show you, this is just entertainment. You guys can take it for what you want. I do suggest everybody does their own due diligence, do your own research. I'm just reading off the numbers that are popping up on the screen. Okay, that's all. I'm reading the numbers come up on the screen, and I give you an idea what I would do. I'm not telling anyone what to do. I do not make any suggestions whatsoever. Okay, so all that crap is out of the way. Let's see what USB has to offer for us today. Now, I like the numbers on USB. Okay, over here in the trade grid, the last price, the bid, the ask, the volume, the open, the high, and the low. Okay, those are all numbers you can get anywhere. Here is the option chain. These are all the options that are available. These are what you can buy them for, and this is what you can sell them for. So the strategy that we're using here, we sell options. Jen, thank you. Thank you for that, Jen. Random question. Do you have to use candlestick patterns in certain time frames for them to be? Okay. There. That better? Okay, it's not the candles. Okay, XEL is a monthly. Thanks, Jen. I'm crossing that off the list. Sorry, dude, I don't do monthlies only because the monthlies, the numbers just don't work. Unless, of course, you don't mind doing monthlies, which I do mind because it's not worth my time and effort. Okay, I'm retired and I like to have weekly cash flow, and you cannot get weekly cash flow using a monthly dividend stock. DKS, Dickies. All right, Mike. Dickies, DKS, DKS. And Holo. I've never heard of Holo. Holo. Now, I've been doing this for over 20 years. Most stocks, I know right off the top who they are. Holo, I never heard of them. But that being said, somebody asked for us to use something else other than candlesticks, so we're going to try candlesticks. Jaden, nice to see you again. You have been here before. Hey, can you cash app me? I'm going towards my clothing brand. Yeah, Jaden, I'll send you a few pennies. Okay, a year ago, USB was at 35.04. We had a bottom, 27.19, and that was the beginning of May of last year. Now, the last 90 days, Holo has no options. Thanks, Mike. I'll cross that one off the list. Okay, so the last 90 days, we have a bottom of 36.55. Okay, and we have a high of the 90-day period at 45.81, and that was in the middle of December. Okay, she drops down to 39.03 in the middle of January. How do you know what stocks pay dividends on a monthly or weekly? Okay, first of all, stocks don't pay weekly dividends. Okay, how do we know stocks that pay monthly? Well, we use the Dividend Kings, which have 55 companies that have increased their dividends for 50 years or more. That's 5 decades. 50 years or more of increased dividends. Then we have the Dividend Aristocrats and the Dividend Champions. Both of them, 67 companies are Dividend Aristocrats, and they pay 25 years or more of increased dividends. Dividend Champions, less rules, but also 25 years of increased dividends. And it's about 157 of those. So those three lists right there, Dividend Kings, Dividend Champions, and Dividend Aristocrats, will give you about 150 different companies to look at. Okay, now I cross-reference those with companies that have weekly options available, and my list is about 150, 160 stocks that I look at consistently. Now you take 150 stocks, cram them into a quarter, because they pay once per quarter, every 90 days. First quarter, January, February, March. Second quarter, April, May, June. Third quarter, July, August, September. Fourth quarter, October, November, December. Okay, we are in the tail end of the first quarter. We have 2 weeks left. We are in week number 12. Next week is week number 13. The week after that is week number 1 of the second quarter. Okay, so you have 150 stocks into one quarter, 66 trading days, 13 weeks. What does that mean? 150 stocks within 13 weeks. That means between 5 and 20 stocks every week to choose from. This week, I get 1 to pick because I brought four companies over from last week. What companies were those? Those were Comcast, JWN, which is Nordstrom's, KSS, which is Kohl's, and WBA, which is Walgreens. Okay, I only have enough money to buy one more stock this month. One more stock this week. Okay, and that will be tomorrow. Now, I went through all my stocks this morning, and this is what I came up with to take a look at. Okay, so this is what we'll probably be looking at tonight and see what we have for tomorrow morning to take a gander at. Oh, never mind, DKS. Big gap up. All right, Mike will write that one off. All righty. Ian Lizard, back again by REITs. Among the wicked. How about no? No to REITs, because REITs don't pay 30% or more. Okay, if you know of a REIT that pays 30% per year or more consistently for more than 20 years, I'll be more than glad to take a look at it. Other than that, I thank you for your time. All right. What are we looking at? Oh, USB. Okay, last 30 days for USB. Okay. What do you think? Do you think you like line charts better than the candlesticks? They're basically the same thing. Okay? You got the high, the low, the open, the close. Same thing as a candlestick. Or we could jump to... where is it? We could jump to the line chart. Okay? Greens are up, red's down. Look. Yes, no? I was looking into Pepsi. So Pepsi doesn't pay out their dividend for a while. If you don't mind answering, how about how much money would it estimate you make per week doing this? 1% or more, average. Line chart probably easier for beginners. You think that is easier? Seriously? You think this is easier? Okay. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I think it's confusing as hell because you have no idea what the average movement for every day is. All you know is like, oh, it's going up here. Oh, a little bit of pullback, up. Oh, pullback, up, pullback, up, pullback, up, pullback. Oh, look, now we're in an up cycle. How do we feel about NVD and MSTY? We don't. Sorry, Bronx kids. How do you think the market will react after the Fed speaks on Wednesday? I don't really pay attention to what the Fed does. Okay, I invest for the long term. I look at good quality dividend stocks. Now, those are companies that have increased their dividends for more than 20 years. Okay, more than 20 years. What does that mean? That means they don't pay attention to what the Fed does, no matter what the Fed does. I give you an example. You have Coca-Cola, Colgate-Palmolive, Procter & Gamble, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and a bunch of others, over 100 years old. All pay dividends and all have increased for 50 consecutive years. So let's take a look in the history. What has happened in the last 100 years? World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, stock market crash, the Great Depression, the oil embargo of the 70s, the financial crisis of 08, Y2K, the dot-com bust, the pandemic. Yet these companies are still increasing their dividends consistently. 30% is bonkers. My REIT stock pays about 10% dividends monthly. Well, I'd be more than happy to take a look at the REIT stock that pays 10% per month. That's 120% per year. That I find extremely hard to believe. I have never seen anything pay 120% per year consistently for 20 years. Okay? I am at the edge of my seat to find out which REIT stock pays 10% per month, because I'll quit this right now and do that because I only get 1% a week, which is only 4% per month. How did you get started? I made so much money doing what I was doing, I had to figure out what the hell to do with it all. I think he means 10% and pays out monthly. That's not what he said. 30% is bonkers. My REIT stock pays about 10% dividend monthly. Exactly what it says. Among the wicked, 30% is bonkers. My REIT stock pays about 10% dividend monthly. Okay, that's 120% a year. Because my math is pretty damn good. All right. Would you please check your YouTube? I can't see the charts. Okay, see, we're having an issue. Okay, I don't have it. It's technical difficulty. This is my broadcasting right here. Okay, and I don't know how to do it. I have someone come over and set it up for me, and then I just hit play. Okay, apparently if there's something wrong, I have to get someone in to do that. Yeah, I'm interested in what the ticker is. Among the wicked. That's the ticker REIT. Okay, I'm not seeing it. I think, would you please check YouTube? What's the ticker REIT? Oh, that's the ticket REIT. Well, let's take a look at the ticker REIT. R-I-A-T. REIT Energy. Can't find that symbol. I must have spelled it wrong. Oh, R-I-E-T. R-I-E-T. Well, number one, it's a monthly. I don't do monthlies. Number two, let's go here. YA, Yahoo Finance. And let's find out exactly what they pay. Ian Lizard, thank you. R-I-E-T. Okay, so we're going into what's called the data stream to find out if what's his name is right about the 10% per month that they pay. Okay, It's an ETF, number one. Historical data. He has 2 lives. Check on what one's wearing. Okay. What do you know about DRIP? That's just the reinvesting of the dividends. Yeah. Did you mention Sky yet? Yes, I did. Where do you think IA is going? Okay, so historical prices. Dividends only. Okay, the stock is $10.80. Okay, so $10.80. Okay, so they're paying out a 9-cent dividend. Okay, 0.09, and it's a $10 stock divided by $10 and 80 cents. 80 cents. Okay, that's not even 1%, dude. Okay, whoever came up with REIT, R-I-E-T, that's 9 cents. 9 cents on a $10.80 stock is not even 1%. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about, 10%. All right, now, I invest in dividend stocks and collect 1% per week. Okay, 1% per week, my friend. Okay, there we go. There we go. And here we go. Here's my trades for the week, for the year. Okay, week number 1, 2.1%. That's more than 1%. 1.3, 0.85, 0.9, 1.03, 1.06, 1.9, 2.03, 2.3, 4.6, 3.9. Okay, that's for the first quarter alone, and that's already at 20% for the first quarter. So yeah, I make at least 1% per week on average. Does it happen every week? No. 2 weeks I didn't hit it. I had 8.5 on 1 week and 9.9 on another week. However, it does average 1% or more per week. So when you say REIT pays 10%, you're full of you know what. Okay, now if you have a REIT that pays, like I said, over 30% per year, I'm more than happy to take a look at it. But if you don't, please don't waste my time. Okay, I do weekly options, weekly options on dividend stocks, specifically dividend stocks that have increased their dividend payments for at least 20 years consecutively. Look at REIT. 9 cents, 9 cents in 24, 9 cents in 23, 9 cents in 23. And they've all been paying for not even a year. Why the hell would I invest my money in a company that hasn't even increased in a year? Okay, 9 cents doesn't thrill me. All right, I'm new to this, trying to find a low-cost stock to just start with. Hey, Jack, how you doing? Ivan, wonderful. Isaac, do you have Patreon? Yes, I do. Patreon would be right there. Okay, click on that. You can join my lives. Do you live off my dividends? Yes, I do. Okay, right here's all my social media. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, podcast, LinkedIn, Patreon, TikTok, YouTube Live, and Books by James. Okay, now I average 1% per week, as I was just explaining. There's 2 accounts here. 1 account, 2 accounts. These are the only 2 accounts I share with you guys. I have 5 accounts, and I share this trading strategy. It makes about 1% per week. Add it up. That's over 50% per year. You don't like it? Do the math yourself. Open, close. What I bought, what I sold, how much I profited. You do the math. You don't believe me? Do the math yourself. Really? Come on. I'm not hiding anything. It's right there. Okay? You open it up. Oh, look at this. CVS. I bought 800 shares at $80.90. I sold the CVS, what do you call it? The 79 call for $2.15. That's well over 1%. Hey, I got a message. All my life I wanted a Jaguar. Well, I got one. You can have it. All right, so anyway, yeah, there it is. All right, I'm not hiding anything from anyone. Okay, this week, well, I should say last week, 3.9%. Okay, NYCB, I made money off of that. All right, JWN, I made money off of that. Ford, made money off of that. Paramount, ABL, ALB, and Kohl's, KSS. The numbers are all right there. Okay, and last week, the week that just passed, 3.9%. Freaking nuts. Okay, you think that's good? Look at this one over here. This account over here, 11% this week. Okay, we did JWN, BA, Comcast, WBA, Kohl's, more JWN, and more Kohl's. Okay, made 11%, 11.3%. Oops, over here. 11.3% here, 3.9% here. That was the week that just passed. Okay, now we're into, what are we into? Week number 12. We're in week number 12 now, which is here we go. Okay, January, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. Okay, February, week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9, 10, 11, 12. This is the week we're in right now. Today's the 20th. Okay, week 13. Okay, the first quarter ends next Friday. Oops, wrong year. There you go. Weekends right here, next Thursday. Okay, wrong year. But still. Okay, what you see in the little green dots, those are all Warren Buffett's. Okay, Bank of America, General Motors, T-Mobile, KHC, which is Heinz Ketchup. I get it, it's right there. Oh, OXY, Occidental Petroleum. Oh, look at this one, Hewlett Packard. Bird, oh, BYD. What is BYD? Isn't that Bird? Boyd Gaming. Okay, KO, Coca-Cola. Right there, Coca-Cola was a couple weeks ago. Okay, MDLZ, which we're looking at now, and USB, which we're looking at now. Okay, and then next week will be American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, and Gold Life. Those are on Warren Buffett's list. That's not my list. That's Warren Buffett's. If they're good enough for him. Ivan, how are you receiving dividends? Long-term hold or just buying before the dividend payout and then sell? Ivan, that's close. I buy. See, here's are the dividend dates right here. Dividend date, dividend date, dividend date, dividend date. I buy 2 weeks before. Okay, if we are here, nothing there. Okay, Hewlett Packard, the 12th. I would buy it on the 27th or the week of the 27th. I buy on a Monday, sell somebody the rights to buy it from me using what's called a covered call. They pay me a premium if the premium's over 1%. If the premium's not over 1%, I say thank you very much and I move on to the next one. Move on to the next one. Which is the next one? Well, that's Warren Buffett's list. Here's another one of my lists. See those green dots? Those are all companies over 100 years old. Okay. Next list, Dividend Aristocrats. There you go. Next list. Come on, next list. The Dividend Kings. There you go. Next list. Ooh, this is a new list for me. I haven't really filtered it out yet. ETF holding list. What does that mean? You take ETFs like the Qs or the Ys or SCHLD. I took the top 20 ETFs that are traded. Top 20. I went inside. I extracted all the stocks that are in there. Ivan, how does a dividend pay out in this instead of selling covered calls? Well, the dividend doesn't really come into play. Dividend is more or less a, let's call it a plan B or a cherry on the top. Oh, honey, can you get me my omeprazole? I forgot to take it. Speaking of cherry. I forgot, sorry. I told you. Yes, I know you told me. I should put my Target shirt back on. Where is it? No, it's in the other room. Okay, so the covered calls usually pay me 1% or more. So if the numbers work, I use it. If it doesn't, I don't work. Alex, thanks for that rose. That was very nice of you. All right. Oh, another list. Hold on a second. Well, I won't finish with all my lists. ETFs, high volume stocks. Thank you, honey. Medication. Yeah, I'm on medication for the first time. I'm 60 years old. First time I ever taken a pill. Hate it. I don't even take aspirins for headaches. All right, that's high volume stocks. My old list. That's for all the old companies. And what else do I have? You already saw Warren Buffett's list. That's Warren Buffett's list. And I have one list left, and that is weekly optionable stocks. So I got plenty to look at. Okay, they have to have a dividend, they have to have weekly options, and they have to have increasing dividends. Now, there's two lists I haven't really gone through to check out on the consistent dividends. Taking medication is better living through chemistry. Yeah, thanks, Doc. You know how much I hate this crap. I do. 60 years old, never had any allergies, never had the need for any pills whatsoever. Now I have gas. All right, Nine Eyes Boutique. Thank you for that. I think I look pretty good for 60. I still play soccer in the over 60s club. Yeah, there are a bunch of us old guys out there running around the soccer field. Okay, so we're looking at USB. Let's get back on track. So for those of you who want to suggest something, okay, I've been doing this for over 20 years. Almost everything on my list I know just by looking at it. All right. Can you share your options on PDI? Yeah, my opinion on PDI is not on my list, so it's not on my list. Okay. PDI has no option, so PDI is not on my list. Isaac, sorry. Okay, I'm very particular on this trading strategy. Now, for those of you who don't know, this trading strategy was created for my 9-year-old daughter. Okay, 9 years old. It had to be simple. It had to be safe. No possible way she can lose any money. The income had to be predictable, and the income had to be consistent. Okay, so rule number 1, never ever buy something you do not want to hold a long time. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. Rule number 3, make sure they have consistently increased their dividends for 20 years or more. You can't show one trade. Why can't I show one trade? Here we go. We're looking at USB. I'm going to go back and do the USB. I'm going to go back to the candlesticks because I can read it, I can understand it. It's just kind of confusing because it doesn't give you day by day because you don't know what that means. All you know, it's going up or it's going down. All right, Isaac, you want to see my list? Join our morning group. All right, Jack, how do you find out if they increase their dividends year after year? Well, I just told you. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions. Go right here to Google. Dividend Kings List 2024. Right there. See, Google Dividend Kings List 2024. Very first one right there. Sure dividend, right? All 56. Okay, you scroll down just a little bit. Where is it? Where is it? Right there. Click here to instantly download free spreadsheet of all the Dividend Kings. All right. It just so happens that Sure Dividend has a list of the aristocrats, has a list of the champions, has a list of the contenders. They have quite a bit of list. They are wonderful with the lists. Okay. All right, where was I? Back here. We're looking at USB. So let's stay on track with USB. I'm going to change this back to the candlesticks because I personally like the candlesticks. Here we go. Makes it easier for me. But yeah, I'm going to show you an example of a trade. Just sit and chill. All right. Okay, so USB, the last 30 days. Where is the last 30 days? 30 days ago today, we opened up at 41.15. The bottom was on the 21st. Okay, the bottom was 40.33. The top of the 30-day period was right here, 44.07. That was 4 days ago, okay, which happened to be last Wednesday. 2 days to the downside, but Friday was an up day, and today was kind of an up day. We closed out at 42.47. So the last trade, 42.47. The closest one would be the 42.50, correct? The 42.50, the strike price, right here. 42.50 is the strike price, and it is selling for 55 cents. So what does that mean? That means if I buy it at 42.47 and I sell somebody the right to buy it from me at 42.50, I profit, what, 3 cents in the difference between the purchase price and the strike price. And I also collect 55 cents as a premium, which somebody pays me for the right to buy it from me, anywhere between the time I sell it until expiration on Friday afternoon at 4 p.m. Okay, so let's take a look at what it would look like. Get the 42.50. Okay, back this way. It's called a covered call strike. Sell 10 contracts, 22 March 24. That is the weekly for this Friday. The 42.5 call at 41.88 limit order. Okay. Also, I am buying 1,000 shares of USB stock debit at 41.88. Okay, so what does that look like? All right, here's what the trade looks like. Buy 10 covered USB 100s. Those are the weeklies. 22 March 24. That's this Friday. The 42.5 call option. Okay. USB at 41.88 limit order to open. My maximum profit is $620. What is it costing me? It's costing me $20,650. So let's do a little bit of math. All right, here's the calculator. Let's clear that entry. If $620 is my maximum profit, now what does that mean? That means if the stock is above $42.50 come Friday afternoon, I will get $620. Well, I get the $620 immediately. I will keep that $620, and come Monday, next Monday, I'll be back into all cash. But if it doesn't go above $42.50, let's say it's at $42.49. Then I will keep that $620 and I will take the stock into next week. I'll still own the stock. I will only get rid of the stock if the stock is over $42.50. If it's under $42.50, I will keep it. That makes sense? That's like if someone offers you $1,000 for the car you have a car in the front yard, selling it for $1,000. All right, I'll give you $1,000. I'll pick it up on Friday. Here's $100 to hold it. So you're holding it. Come Friday, the guy picks it up for $1,000, or he doesn't. If he doesn't pick it up, you keep the $100, and then you sell the car again next week. Same thing. All right, so $620 is the maximum profit. What is it costing me? It's costing me $20,640. So I divide it by 20,645, and that gives me a grand total of 3%. 3%. I have no problem whatsoever doing USB and collecting 3%. I don't mind USB. I don't mind holding USB. Rule number 1, never ever buy something you do not plan to hold for a long period of time. Now, if I'm buying it at 42.47, I'm never ever going to sell it below 42.47. So if it goes to 42.48 or 42.49 and I've already collected my 1%, yeah, I will sell it because I'm selling it at a profit. And I don't mind holding it. There are certain rules for this 9-year-old strategy. She was 9 years old, my daughter. Ooh, I think we showed this last week, and some people got a kick out of it. So I will show it again, give you guys a kick. Dum da dum dum. My channel videos, the oldest. Right there. There's the little princess. That one doesn't show it. We'll go back. Oldest. She's 25 now. She thinks this is adorable. Okay, so anyway, that video was what, 12 years ago, something like that. Where were we? Back here. All right, so we're looking at USB. Now, I like USB. Okay, 3%. I can deal she lives off trading? No, believe it or not, she washes dogs nowadays. You know, little girls will do what daddy does for only a certain period of time, and then they'll turn to, what do you call them? Stock raving lunatic teenage girls with rebellious side to them. Yep, she went through that goth phase where everything was black and nails were black and she got these piercings, a little whatever. No, she washes dogs. Okay, my children have no interest in money whatsoever, which is kind of strange because I have no interest in what my dad does. Okay, my dad does what he does, and he offered me the business. He says, here, James, you can have the business. I said, no, don't want it, Dad. I'll do my own thing, which is exactly what my kids are doing. One son's a bartender, the other son's a cook, and my daughter washes dogs. They're happy, and I don't try to force what I do on them. SWK, isn't that Stanley Black & Decker? What business was I in? I was manufacturing. I was a manufacturer. I used to make stuff. SWK, that's Black & Decker. SWK. I'm pretty sure Black & Decker is monthly, isn't it? I don't do that. Yeah, Black & Decker's a monthly. Don't get me wrong, I love Black & Decker. And Black & Decker is in my trading, in my list, but under a different strategy. Now, understand, I have 5 different accounts. I only share 2 with you guys. Okay, so I have 3 accounts that you guys have no clue what I do there. Okay? You did the math wrong on USB. I did? Well, let's try that again. USB. 42.47 was the last trade. So the 42.50 is 55 cents. You're right, I did the math wrong. Clear that. Okay, 0.55 divide 42.47. 1.3. Oh, that's where it went wrong. Okay, this account here, this is a margin account. So half the money is mine, the other half belongs to the broker. So when you do the trade, okay, the 42.50, okay, confirm, okay, see right here, here's the trade right here. The max profit, 620. Okay, buying power effect, 20,000. Okay, because it's a margin account. If it was a cash account, it would be 41,000. Okay, well, let's do it to 41,000. Clear that. 620 divide by 41,880. That equals 1.4%. Okay, but if it was a margin account, which this account is a margin account, 620, okay, divide by the 20, okay, see the 20,645, 20,645, then it's 3%. Okay, so you have 1.5% for all cash, 3% if it's a margin account. Yeah, it is still good. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. So as I tell people, do not do a margin account unless you know what you're doing. And I've been doing this for 20 years, so I'm okay with doing a margin account because you lose twice as fast as you win on margin. Because remember, I have to pay money to borrow that money. That doesn't include margin expense. Absolutely correct. Okay, but it is 3%, and 3% a week has a nice fat little paycheck at the end of the year. So that's a margin account, sorry. Okay, get out of there, delete that. All right, let's get back to where we were. Single. All right, so for those who said I don't show examples, that was an example right there. Right. So I like USB, and it is circled on my list. CAH, Cardinal Health. CAH 109.86. That means we'll be looking at the 110s, and that's at $1.25. That's over 1%. So let's take a look at what the numbers look like. Wait, what is CAH? Yeah, CAH is right. CAH. And that's on the 28th. So that's next week. All right, the 28th. Okay, we're here, right here, the 18th. CAH is the 28th, which is next week, next Thursday. Look at the chart, CAH. And I looked at this afternoon. All right, a year ago today, 70.93. Okay, the bottom was 68.43, and that was the end of March of last year. Okay, from there, she jumps up, hits a trading range of 92, there for 2 months, trading range of 87, a couple of months. Live will end in 8 minutes. We have detected inactivity during the current. What? All right, you guys, if this thing stops, there we go. Hold on. Now, what is that? We've detected inactivity. What kind of inactivity are they talking about? Never mind. Never mind. Okay, so a couple of months at 86, then stair steps its way up, hits that 105 area, goes there for a couple of months, and the last 90 days right here. 90 days ago, we're at 104. Okay, our 90-day bottom was 98.34. All right, Sharpie, I like Bank of America. Give me a second, I'll write that one down. But I don't think it's up for, wait a minute, is it? I think it might be up for consideration this week. We'll take a look at it. I love Bank of America. It's one of my fallback companies. When I have extra money, I just dump it into Bank of America. Okay, so the bottom for the 90-day period with Cardinal Health was at 98.45, and that was the middle of December. Okay, we jumped up to 104, 103 to 106 area. Just went sideways for, was that, a couple of months? Now, our last 30 days. All right, there we go. Last 30 days. 30 days ago today, we're at the 30-day bottom at 104.36. Nice escalation. Look at this. The bottom 30 days ago, this is last week. Okay? 30 days ago, last week, you got your pullback right here. Okay? 1 day green like that. And that's the upside here, 110. So we're sitting at 110 at the moment. What does it normally do this time of year? A lot of violations for last week. Tried to appeal it, but was not successful. Okay. How does it affect the company long term? Or is this just a little blip in the rearview mirror? So look at Cardinal Health. Doesn't do a whole heck of a lot of anything. Basically goes sideways. Okay, for the whole year. I like that when you're doing covered calls. No big ups, no big downs, just basically sideways. So the last couple of weeks. Hey, look at that. March 21st, that little divot in the bottom. All right, basically goes sideways. So I like that in covered calls and spreads. All right, so we're sitting at 110. So what does the 110 going to look like? Well, the 110 at this moment is paying $1.25. Okay, so what is $1.25 on a $110 stock? Whoops, clear that. $1.25 divided by 110 bucks is 1.13%. That's over 1%. That looks good. I like CAH. I will circle that one. Now, Comcast is next on the list. Now, just to let you know, I do own some Comcast. Some strange reason, I got to let you know, guys, what I have. CMCSA. Comcast does have its dividend coming up in the next 2 weeks. Let's take a look at all the numbers. Okay, a year ago, 36.41. The bottom, 35.28. Now, nice escalation to the top, which was 47.45. and that was in mid-August. From there, she drops down to end of October, 37.94. Last 90 days. 90 days ago, we're at 42.78. Our 90-day bottom was in the beginning of December. 90-day double top, 47.10. Now, that was the end of January. Okay, let's take a look at the last 30 days. Because I'm mainly curious, what is it going to do in the next 30 days? Look at this. It goes up, pull back, up, pull back. Now we're going to the upside. Now, I already own Comcast, so I don't mind jumping back in and getting a little bit more. We're at 43.12 at the moment. So what is the 43 going for? It's going for 55 cents. The 43.5 is going for 31. Now, the 43.5 is not quite there, right? But the 43 is going for 55. You take 15 cents off of that, and you're at 30. So you're just below 1%. Well, I'm already into it, so I really don't mind. But if I was going to jump into it, I probably wouldn't because it's not 1%. Okay? Probably wouldn't because it's not 1%. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, Comcast is one of those few companies that do not make the cut, only because their dividends haven't increased for 20 years or more. But why are they on the list? Well, they're on the list because they have 65 million customers paying them a monthly fee every single month. 65 million. That's a lot of people. Okay, yeah, and the dividends have been going up consistently. And they were incorporated in 1964. Okay, so they're only a 60-year-old company. So they've been around for 60 years, and they have been increasing, but not 20 years worth of increasing, I don't think. Close, but not quite there yet. All right, so that is Comcast. Okay, Cisco, CSCO, CSCO. Now, there are two Ciscos. There's this one, and there's another one. All right, 49.27. That means we're going to look at the 49s, and it's 60 cents. Even the 49.50s are okay. All right, if we take 36 cents off of this, then it's not quite right. Well, I hate it when they do that in the morning, when in the afternoon, because as soon as the market closes, the bid and the ask get skewed. Okay, because during market hours, all like one or 2 cents apart, 1 or 2 cents apart. Okay, right now it's 49.20 by 49.36. Okay, now the 49.20s, yeah, kind of works, but at 49.36, kind of doesn't work. I got $2,000 into DOT. All right, I have no idea who DOT is. Well, that's an index fund, and it has no options. So apparently, Dory, you misunderstood what dividend investing for cash flow means, because DOT doesn't have dividends. Kind of amazes me when people do that. Bristol Myers Squibb. BMY. That is in the first week of April. April 4th, to be exact. Okay, so let's take a look at Bristol Myers Squibb. BMY. 51.94. The 52, still not quite there. Pikamoon. Damn, DOT. Sorry, Dory. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad company. I'm just saying it's not on my list. Okay, this list is full of companies that have increased their dividends consistently. Yeah, Eli Lilly, we looked at that last night. You need the ticker symbol. It's an LLY. Yeah, I was right. Oh, I know this stuff off the top of my head. It's $700.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, 101 Music, it's a $700 stock, so it's not on my list. Okay, sorry. I wouldn't buy anything for $700 a piece.
I wouldn't let you.
Thank you there, honey. She comes by to visit every once in a while. She likes to make fun of me while I'm working, or while I'm sharing.
Good picking.
Good pickings, she says. Yeah. This is what happens when you retire. You look at things to keep yourself entertained. This is my entertainment. Okay, next is going to be GIS. GIS. General Mills, 68.72. We look at the 69s and look at that. 85 cents a share. So you ever wondered? Tell her I said hi. Jen says hi, honey.
Hey, Jen, can't wait for you to take over.
She says she can't wait for you to take over. She's pushing me off the cliff already, Jen. She likes you better than she likes me. It's a horrible thing.
Be smarter.
Thank you, honey. Okay, so General Mills, GIS. Have you looked at KVUE? Okay, Joe, KVUE. That's an interesting one. KUVE. Oh. KV. Okay, I'll try it again. KVUE. Well, KVUE. No dividends in the month of March. Dividends in the month of February. 4, 5, 6, 7. Week number 7, KVUE. I've never even heard of KVUE. Let's take a look. KVUE. Kenvue, $20. Well, this is probably why I never heard of it. Okay, they paid 3 dividends. See, something about, okay, I could care less if it's a spinoff. They have another 19 and a half years to go before it makes it onto my list. Okay, if you want to invest in it, hey, that's perfectly fine, but I have 150 companies, other companies to look at that do pay dividends and consistently increase. Okay, Joe, but I appreciate your what do you call it? Contribution. I know, it's just saying. It is what it is. It's not like I ignore what you guys say. Okay, so they paid 3 dividends. I think, Coca-Cola, who's been paying over 60 years worth of increased dividends, kind of trumps that. Altria, MO. I don't think MO is on the list because something didn't work there. Okay, we're looking at GIS, which is General Mills. Okay, let's stick with General Mills. All right, a year ago we're at 80.81. The high of the year was 90.89. Now from there it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months to find its bottom. Okay, 5 months to find the bottom, and the bottom was 60.33. But basically, it had a trading range. Look at this. This is what they call channeling. Okay, it doesn't go between here and here. It doesn't move higher or lower. The low and the high basically stays within that trading range. They call that channeling. Hey, winner 86. It's about time you show up. Nice to see you there, dude. All right, so 90-day bottom is 60.33. Okay, and the 90-day top was mid-December, and that was 68.24. And look where it is today. Today, it is challenging that 90-day high. So what does that mean? That means I ain't jumping in on it, because who knows if it can keep that. Late to the party. Not wrong with that. They say, what do they say? Hold on a second. Fashionably late. That's what the wife says, fashionably late. Okay, so the last 30 days. 30 days ago today was the 30-day bottom, 62.69. Look, the 30-day top was today. Okay, was today. And that was 68.15. Now, does it have momentum to keep going up? Maybe it does. Okay, so where are we? 67.74. Okay, so we got the bid of 67.50 and the ask of 68.72. Okay, so 68.72, that'd be the 69s, and that is still over 1%. So you have to ask yourself, she's going to the upside, right? Do you mind holding General Mills for a long period of time? Now, General Mills has been in business for over 100 years. Okay, they've increased their dividends for quite a bit. Do you have a live schedule? Ivan, I'm here every night at 9 p.m. for the next 2 weeks anyway, because I've been doing this since January. So this will be almost 80. I have to count them all. I count them in my head. Almost 80 days straight for 2.5 hours at night. 2.5 hours every single night, 80 days straight. Just talking, because no one's talking back to me. It's just blah, 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 blah. My throat's getting sore. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Hey, Draft, nice of you to show up, dude. That's called dedication. That's called delusion. Appreciate you taking the time. All right, Ivan. Well, let's be honest. I'm here specifically to look for chosen few who wants to join me and a group of, small group of others that want to get together every morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, between 9:15 and 10 o'clock, do our trades, and then Friday at 3:30 jump in again to make sure we're here to support each other to get that safe, secure, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. Now, I've been doing this for over 20 years, so I really don't need the help. I'm just offering my help to everyone else. Okay, now, am I right all the time? No. Last year, I lost 3 big ones. But I did make over, I think it was over 40 or 50% last year. I'm not sure. But last year was my worst year ever. Okay, I think I missed my target 8 times, and I lost 3. Okay, so that means 41 times I made over 1%. I currently trade futures, but would love to expand my knowledge. Ivan, not a problem. I love futures. I really do. Okay, the commitment of traders report, if you know how to use that properly, it's almost like a no-brainer. Like you can almost not win if you know how to read a commitment of traders report, and it comes out every week. But, then again, everybody knows how to read that. What's your thoughts on Zim? I think Zim is a monthly, isn't it? No, Zim is a weekly. So why don't we look at Zim? I think we did this one before. All right, hold on. I'm looking at Zim. Not in January. Not in February. Not March. Zim doesn't have dividends. Uh-oh. Look what you started. Somebody wants to know what trade futures means. I got into Altria. It shows 8.9% yield. Just wondering if that's a good choice. All right, JT Ward, what you're talking about is 8.9% yield. That is for the year. Okay, 8.9% yield. That means you buy it today, and by the end of the year, you'll make 8.9%. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, and if you're okay with it, great. But I do weekly options on good quality stocks, and I average 1% per week. 1% per week, that averages around 50% per year. Okay, there's a little bit more to it. Zim is junk. Yeah, Zim doesn't have dividends. Hello from Detroit. Simon says tech. Well, hello to you too. Yeah, let's not start talking about futures. Okay, that just gets confusing. What's the minimum account size would you start with using this strategy? All right, Tommy, my grandson started with $50. Okay, Zim paid $6 dividends before, but no more. Yep. Yield max funds? No, I actually went into yield max funds and extracted all the stocks out of it, and I put it into my ETF list. What's your go-to stock if you had to pick one? Ooh, I'm gonna have to say General Motors. Let me say wait a minute. Let's go account here. P&L. Oh, Macy's. Macy's top of the year. Okay. Got Macy's, General Motors, Emerson, Capital One. Okay. Nice little returns. 4,800, 3,400, 1,700, 1,400, 1,300, 1,100. Okay, so it's Macy's, General Motors, Emerson, Capital One Finance, Comcast, and Alcoa. That's my top 6 right there for the year. Did you sell cold calls today? I believe I did. Let's go back to where we were. Hold on. Okay, Kohl's. Yep, I sold the 26s for 15 cents a share. Okay, so Kohl's, I carried it for a while. We did the math on it the other day. I am over 1.3 or 1.4% per week for Kohl's. So I sold a lower strike price. That way maybe I can get rid of it. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, back to where we were. General Mills. So right now, the 67.74. You can buy the 68s. Buy the 68s and get $1.25. All right. Right now, it's at 68.72. The last trade was 67.74. So it all depends what it opens up at in the morning. So right at 68.72, the 68's going for $1.25. The 69s are going for 85. So you always got to check the math. What do you buy it for? What's the purchase price? And what is the strike price you're selling? And what are you selling that for? Wouldn't it be better to collect a dividend on KSS? Let's find out. Dividends is tomorrow. So I already sold Kohl's, right? Okay, so I'm into Kohl's at 27.97. Okay, I sold the 26s at 15 cents. Okay, Kohl's KSS. At the moment, today was an update for Kohl's. It's at 25.06. Okay, I don't see it hitting 26. Okay, 26 is up here. Okay, we're down here. It's got to go up higher to hit the 26. But I'm into it up here at the 27. Okay, I'm into it to 20. I'm up to it here. Okay, it's 27.90, something like that. But I sold the 26s, grabbed 14 cents. I really don't care because I made enough money off of Kohl's to still be in the positive on it because I collected collecting the dividend tomorrow, and then I collected a bunch of premiums for it. Do you offer one-on-one coaching and training? I'll pay for it. Well, LJ, I do. Thank you, Al. Not a problem. Hi, James. If you sell a call that not covered, is the fee still the same? I'm not quite sure I understand the question. Okay, all the call, where are they? Not there, so let's go back. Okay, move this over. Okay, so the trade grid is up here. Okay, that's the last trade of the day. That was today at 4 o'clock. Okay, the bid, what I can sell it for, what I can buy it for, what the volume for the day was, what was the open today, what was the high today, and what was the low today. So you get the high, the low, how many shares are traded, what the last trade was, what you can buy it for, what you can sell it for. That's the trade grid. How much to join? Well, it's $100 a month, which is every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9:15 to 10. Okay, so by 9:30, we'll all start taking a look at the stocks to find out which ones we want to buy. On Friday, we take a look at our positions to see how the stock actually moved. Now, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we do mostly questions and answers about the positions that we have. Now, the positions I have are, for me, for this week, Comcast, JWN, which is Nordstrom's, Kohl's, and Walgreens in this account. Then I have another account here, and we have ALB, that's Albemarle, Ford, Nordstrom, Kohl's, NYCB, Paramount, USB, and then another account over here, which I don't really share with you guys. Paramount, NYCB, and Ford. Whoops, wrong one. Wrong one. And then I have several other accounts on Robinhood and so on and so forth. Okay, so And you get all the videos and all the questions answered, all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. All right, so Kohl's, like I said, we're having a little bit of an update. Okay, look at all the down. How far down is it going to go before it turns around? Now, could today be the turnaround point? I don't know. I'm to it at 27, not 80, way up here. Okay, it's down here. I'm way up. I got mine way up here. Okay, a couple of weeks ago, I was going down, but I don't mind holding Kohl's because remember rule number 1: never buy something you're not willing to hold for a long period of time. That's rule number 1. Number 2, never sell at a loss. Number 3, make sure they have weekly options available. Tubby Apple. That's an interesting name. Dell. D-E-L-L. Okay. D-E-L-L. Okay. Dell doesn't have any options. I mean, that doesn't have any dividends this month. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, they don't have any dividends in February. And their dividends is week number 4, which is January. Okay, week number 4. We are currently in week number 12. So we won't look at Dell for another 4 weeks because we're in week number 12. And Dell is week number 4. Thoughts on SoundHound? Yeah, we looked at this morning, Katie, and this afternoon. It's a no for me. You know, if you like it, hey, all more power to you. I won't look at it because it just doesn't fit my criteria. Okay, I got 150 stocks that I look at, and SoundHound is not one of them. Kohl's. That's where we are. Kohl's. All right. Kohl's. All right. So, at this moment, now Kohl's has its dividend tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to capture the dividend tomorrow. I joined. Can you tell me what your criteria are? Well, hi, Katie. How are you? Katie, well, my criteria is 20 years or more of increased dividends. That's a good one. And then weekly options. That's basically it. 20 years of increased dividends or more. Okay, 20 years or more. Okay, so you're looking at the dividend kings, the dividend aristocrats, the dividend champions. Just those 3 lists right there is over 150 stocks that we look at every single quarter. Okay, 150 stocks in a quarter, that's 13 weeks or 106 trading days. Oh, 66 trading days, sorry. 66 trading days. So you have 150 companies that have to write a check to someone within that 66-day trading period. Because 66 days later, they can do the exact same thing over again. Great job, you for 90 minutes. Woohoo! Yeah. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do for the next quarter. You got 2 more weeks to go. We got this week and next week. Then I decide, because I did a whole quarter, whether I want to continue doing it on the second quarter of the year. I might just pull back on the hours, because 3 hours a day, every single day, consistent without a break, get into my throat. Anyway, so that's Kohl's. I like Kohl's. Kohl's right now is at 25.04. Okay, so if anybody wanted to jump into Kohl's tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, you could collect a dividend. Okay, you could collect a dividend, the 25. Okay, if you buy it at 25.08, okay, the 25 call strike is going for 33 cents. You take 8 cents off of that, and you're getting 25. So you're making 1%. So you buy it first thing in the morning, you make 1% for the week. Okay, 25.08. So you buy it for 25.08, you sell it for 25. You lose 8 cents, but you make 33 cents right here, just for selling someone the rights to buy. It's kind of like layaway, all right, or a non-refundable deposit. Okay, so if you have a car sitting in your yard, say, slap a sign on it, say $1,000. Some Joe comes by and says, "Hey, I'll give you $1,000 right here. Take $100, hold it to me till Friday." He comes back, he either gives you the $1,000 on Friday, or you sell it to someone else next Monday. Yeah, thanks, Al. Al's right. I don't do stocks over $300. What's a good cheap stock to get dividends to invest into, in your opinion? All right, Fernando, hold that thought. Let's go over here for a second. Fernando, you ready for this? Okay, this is my old list. NOK, Siri, KGC, GNW, HLF, AGNC, VALE, Ford, GT, NUS, GME, PBR, T, NOV, NLY, CLF, and Macy's. All of those are under 20 bucks. Okay? And then you get more. GPS, KSS, EMC, MRO, PFE, all the way down. I got hundreds of stocks, and they go from here, from the top to the bottom. $3, $4, $5, $6, $8, $9, 12, 12, 12, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, 24, 25, 25 and a half, 26, 27, so on and so forth. Okay, they're all there. Okay, you can start with anyone. Okay, my grandson started out with 50 bucks on his trading account. Isn't tomorrow ex-dividend day for KSS? So if you buy tomorrow, you won't get it. Yeah, you have to buy it first thing in the morning, Secretariat. How do I sign up for one-on-one? DM me with your phone number. Sign up on, what do you call it? Hold that thought. the 10minutetrade.com. Go here. I will have a one-on-one with you if you DM me with your number after you sign up. Yeah, you're right about the EX dividend date. Okay, on or before the EX dividend date in order to qualify for the dividend. All right, on or before. You gotta get in first thing in the morning. All right. Many of us bought KSS last week as they had a huge premium. Yes, last week they did have a nice premium. All right, let's get out of this. Quick chart. There we go. Okay, now you will notice that the longer you do this, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter are not all going to be the exact same. Okay, we might get in Kohl's in the first quarter, but not get in Kohl's in the second and third quarter, and we might get it again in the fourth quarter. Okay, I always look at the numbers because once you decide a stock is good, Kohl's, I'll have no problem. I'll look at Kohl's 4 times. I'll look at it in the first quarter, I'll look at it in the second quarter, I'll look at it in the third quarter, I'll look at it in the fourth quarter. I might not buy them 4 times in a year, but there's certain companies I do. Comcast is one, Lowe's is another. Okay, certain companies I just automatically buy consistently. And then there's some of them that just, they work sometimes, sometimes they don't. Now, Kohl's is great, but you got to look at the numbers. Okay, the numbers are right here. Okay, this is what I could buy it for tomorrow morning. If I wanted to buy it tomorrow morning, here's the price, $25.08. Okay, if I want to sell it to somebody else at $25, anytime between tomorrow morning and Friday afternoon, they're going to pay me 33 cents a share. Okay, 33 cents a share is 1% because you're losing 8 cents right off the top. Okay, so I buy it for $25.08. I sell it for $25. I lose 8 cents, but then I get 33 cents just for the privilege. Okay, selling a covered call. I call it a privilege because I'm buying it for $25. I'm going to sell it to Tom for $25, which is basically the exact same I just paid for it. And he's going to pay me 33 cents a share. 33 cents a share is over 1% of that. So I'm buying it for $25, selling it for $25, and collecting the 1%. It is very simple. Buy it for $25, sell it for $25, collect 1%, go on to the next week. Now, I won't do, if I sell it out this week, I won't buy Kohl's again for another 90 days. My wife didn't approve of my KISS purchase until I told her they bought Sephora. Well, they did. Okay. I don't know, did you see the video I did? I was actually in the Kohl's Sephora parking lot, and I did a video. All right. I don't know if you saw it or not. What if it drops below 25? Well, Ryan, I'm going to refer you back to rule number 1. Okay, never, ever, ever forget rule number 1. And the reason why it's rule number 1, because it's the number 1 rule. You can't go to rule 2, rule 3, rule 4 without going past rule number 1. And that is never, ever buy something you're not okay with holding for a long period of time, because you just might have to do that. The longest I've ever held on to anything was 9 months. And that was, what was that? Kimberly Clark. Was that Kimberly Clark? Yeah, Kimberly-Clark last year. Oh, so you don't have to sell. Well, wait a second. There's a difference. Okay, hold on. If you buy it, if I buy it tomorrow morning at 25.08 and I sell the option, the covered call option, for someone to buy it from me at 25, they pay me 33 cents. If on Friday afternoon the stock is above 25, I no longer have any control over it. Whoever bought that option, whoever paid me that 33 cents, it's called a covered call. I'm not interested in holding on to the stock. I'm not interested in the dividend. I'm interested in the 1%. Safe, secure, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. I'm at that point in my life where I don't want to have to worry about money. The money I have invested pays me enough to live comfortably with a 1% return per week. So I really don't care about the stock company. I care that it's consistent with their dividend increases, and I care that it has weekly dividends. Not weekly dividends, sorry. That weekly options, and that it has, what do you call it? Decent premium that's over 1%. Why not go for more premium? Well, dude stuff. I'm going to share you with a philosophy that was passed upon many wise men. Bears make money, bulls make money, pigs get slaughtered. Okay, so you want to be a pig going after more money? Fine, do it. More reward, more risk. Okay, right, but if you sell for 33 cents and it drops below 25, well, if it drops below 25, I still keep the premium, the 33 cents. Okay, but if it's below 25 on Friday, I will go into Monday and I will still own it. So it goes back to rule number one. If you think it's going to go below 25 and that makes you uncomfortable, don't buy it. Never buy something unless you plan on holding it for a long period of time. Oh, it's a nice setup. People are always interested in the KSS dividend. Well, yeah, we're going to collect the dividend tomorrow. Okay, I already collected the premium. I'm going to collect the dividend. I collected premiums last week, and I add up all the premiums I've collected and the dividend I collected, and I divide it by how many weeks I've held it. If I'm over 1%, I'm perfectly happy. Oh, okay, thank you. Hey, Ryan, it was created for a 9-year-old. My 9-year-old daughter. This is what this trading strategy was created for. 9-year-old little girl, and it had to be simple, safe, secure, predictable, consistent, all that kind of new stuff. But I want to buy a dividend stock for long term. Which one do you think? None. Like that one, Simon? Which one do I think? None. Tick, how you doing? All right. Okay, so hypothetically speaking, there's over 9,000 stocks on the U.S. stock market. Okay, 9,000. Out of those 9,000, I only like 150. 150 meet my criteria. So if I had more money that I knew what to do with, I would buy all 150 of them. But I don't. Okay, I take the money that I have, I invest it into 4 or 5 stocks on a weekly basis. Okay, this week, it just so happens to be Walgreens, Kohl's, Nordstrom's, and Comcast, Ford, and a few others. Okay, all right, next week it'll be something different. The week after will be something different. So you don't care if you sell at a loss in the subsequent week as long as the overall is 1%. Now that's perfectly right. Okay, if you remember, I held on to 3M for I think 6 weeks. I was thinking you wanted to win every week. I don't win every week, Al. All right, and my last name is not Pelosi. I do not win all the time. I like picking on that witch. She stood in front of Congress, in front of television, and said, "Yeah, it's perfectly okay for us to do insider trading, but you can't." Yeah, that's just not right. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. All right, so that's Kohl's. And we went over Kohl's, we went over this one, we went over AT&T. Now we're going to go Verizon, VZ, Verizon. See, right here on the list, we're on Verizon next. I like Verizon. Okay, Verizon is in week 2 of the quarter. Okay, that's January. Okay, January is the exact same as April. but it might not be listed. Yep, it's listed for April right there. All right, April 9th. So that's 3 weeks away. I'm looking at it because it's Verizon. You know, some of them just get an extra push, whatever. 66 cents. To sell a covered call, what is the minimum amount shares you have to sell? Okay, Ryan, you got to get the terminology correct, because when you're doing this kind of stuff, if you use the wrong terminology, you could lose. Okay, you buy a stock, okay, and then you sell a covered call. All right, so you need 100 shares for what was that? 100 shares for one contract, 200 shares, 2 contracts, 300 shares, 3 contracts, so on and so forth. Now, if you don't have that much money available, then you can do what's called dividend capturing 2.0. Different strategy, but you're using the same kind of information, and you're using a give me a second, I'll think of the name. Fractional share. What do you call it? Trading platform. Now, Robinhood allows you fractional shares. So that's the one I do for my grandson because he doesn't have a whole bunch of money. How far in advance do you buy? I don't do more than 3 weeks. Okay, so this one right here, Verizon, if the numbers work, it's 3 weeks away. I want to give the stock enough time to make the move. Okay. Not used to talking so much. All right, Verizon, 66 cents. I like the chart. Very first thing I want to look at, what's the high? What's the low? Where was it a year ago? Where is it today? Okay, the last trade was 39.93. The bid, 39.80. The ask, 39.92. So we're looking at the 40s. The 40s are going for 31 cents. Okay, but what does this tell you? 39.80, 39.92. And the last trade was 39.93. Anyone? The bid and the ask are both lower than the last price. Okay, here's the last price right here, 39.93. Okay, so basically went sideways. 39.93 is the last traded price. Okay, 39.93. The bid, 39.80. The ask, 39.92. What if you already have stock? Can you do options against that? Well, of course you can, but you have to have 100 shares or more. So if you have 800 shares, you can do 8 contracts. Okay, you have 1,000 shares, you can do 10 contracts. Hopefully you guys have purchased the recommended. Okay, please don't do that. ISO coins? Yeah, no, we don't do coins here. No cryptocurrency at all. One Love Vegan. Okay, One Love Vegan, you've been here before, and I told you this before. What is that called? That's called a covered call. When you own a stock and you sell an option for someone to purchase it from you at a certain price. So you have to figure out, what did you pay for that stock, number one. Number two, what is it at now? Are you at a profit? Are you at a loss? And then you can decide which strike price. Because this right here, I call strike price. Strike prices. Okay, Verizon, it goes in 50-cent increments. 39, 39.50, 40, 40.50, 41, 41.50, 42, 42.50. Okay, so if you own stock already, 100 shares or more, look at what you paid for it. What is it at now? Are you at a profit? At your loss? And if you sell it, do you sell it to the closest strike price you have? So if you bought Verizon, let's say at 32 a couple of months ago, you could sell the 36s, the 37s, 38s, 39s, the 40s, however, whatever you want to look at. You take a look at how much are you bringing in as opposed to what you paid for it. Are you making a profit or are you making a loss? Always comes down to the numbers. You'll hear me saying certain phrases over and over again. Okay, 30-day high, never buy. 30-day low, nah. Okay, if you're at the bottom of 30 days, you're like digging a hole. Stop digging, damn it. Don't be buying on a 30-day low. It's all about the numbers. It's not a profit till you take it. Nobody ever went broke taking profits. I say a lot of different things, but you hear me say over and over and over again. Almost at 9,000 followers. Cool. Once I get to 10,000 followers, I can have this screen onto TikTok. Because TikTok requires 10,000 followers in order to be able to use the TikTok platform. Because I'll be able to use the TikTok platform, and then you'll be able to see the numbers a lot easier. So, like, share, and subscribe. Woo, like, share, and subscribe. All right, like, share, and follow, whatever it is. I think I need a vacation. Hopefully in a few weeks. Yeah, I'm hoping to hit 10,000 by the end of the month. Thanks for clarifying. Hey, not a problem. Can you explain what the strike price is, please? All right, Ryan. Strike price. Strike price. That's a good question. All right. Let me give you a for instance. All right. A strike price is basically a set price. Well, that's interesting. All right. So hypothetically speaking, let's say you like Verizon. And Verizon right now is at $39.92. That's what you paid for it, $39.92. Now, a strike price is a predetermined price in which you decide what you are okay with selling it for. Okay, in this instance, the strike prices for Verizon, $37, $37.50, $38, $38.50, $39, $39.50, $40, $40.50. Okay, so if you're buying it at $49.92, okay, you have a bunch of choices. You can sell any one of these that you want. When you sell one of these, you're basically selling the right for someone else to buy it from you at a certain price by a certain date. Now, these ones right here that we're looking at are for 22 March 24. That's for this Friday. These right here, 28 March 24, those are for the following week. Underneath that, 5 April 24, those are for the first week of April, so on and so forth. So a strike price or an option is a right, but not the obligation. So you're selling somebody else the right to buy it from you. It's kind of like taking a down payment on something. A house, maybe. Someone gives you a down payment. They have between this date and this date to exercise that, to buy it or not buy it. That is their option. That's probably where I got the name from. That is their option. So a call option is what we do here. This is what I do, is what I'm trying to explain. Right? If I buy it at the price $39.93, I can sell somebody the right to buy it from me at $40, which is 8 cents more than what I paid for it. And for that right, or that privilege, however you want to look at it, right or privilege, to buy it from me anywhere between when I buy it tomorrow morning, I sell him the right, or whoever, the right to buy it from me anytime between then, tomorrow morning, and Friday at 4 p.m. because the market closes at 4 p.m. Okay, and for that privilege, they will pay me what is called a premium. In this instance, that premium is 31 cents per share. Now, also in this instance, 31 cents per share on a $40 call option is not 1%. So more than likely, I wouldn't do this one because it's not 1%. So I have certain criteria, 1% per week. Now, if they have the dividend, I could work that into the equation, but they don't have the dividend for another 3 weeks. So we'll take a look at Verizon again next week, and we'll take a look at it the week after. Okay? Because I want to look at it before the EX date. Because the EX date, I can collect the dividend. But if it doesn't have 1% premium or more, I won't look at it. Now, USB and MRVL and CAH all have over 1%. Look at this, we're almost at 11 o'clock, and I haven't even gone halfway down my list. Okay, so we looked at Verizon. That didn't work. ABM. Was that Albemarle? I hope that explained it. Yeah, you're welcome, Ryan. It's pretty simple. That's like, I'm going to assume, I'm going to make the assumption you like cars. So let's say you buy a 68 Mustang for $10,000. It's sitting in your front yard. You have a for sale sign at $10,000. Some guy comes by, let's say Eduardo comes by and says, "Oh, I like that car. I'll buy it from you." It's all right. Give me $1,000. I'll hold it to you till Friday. You come Friday, give me $10,000 because that deposit is non-refundable and it does not come off the price. Okay, that's just consideration, option consideration. Okay, Friday comes, he either comes by and gives you the $10,000 for the car, or he loses his option, his $1,000. Okay, kind of like layaway for you women. For those of you that remember what layaway is, you know, you go Christmas shopping in July, say, "Ooh, I like all these toys for my kids," and then every week you'd give them a certain amount of money. It's kind of like option premium, same thing. But at some point, someone has to pay it. All right, all in. Subject, Verizon covered call. We just did it just now, and it's a big fat no. The numbers just don't work. So where does the risk come in? Well, the risk comes in if the stock goes down. Okay, so if you buy Verizon at $39.92, it has a chance of dropping down to 30 or 20 or 28 or 15. That's the risk. Now, you don't lose anything until you sell it for less than what you paid for it. But Verizon continues to increase their dividends consistently every year. Okay, so there's no risk there because you're getting an income coming in from the dividends and the increased dividend. That's why I only do stocks that have increased dividends consistently for 20 years or more. Okay, so if they've done it for 20 years, more than likely they're going to do it for 21, 22. Okay, I own 1,000 shares at Verizon. All right, well, you can sell 10 contracts. You got it, Ryan? It's pretty simple. All right, remember, it was created for a 9-year-old. This trading site was created for a 9-year-old little girl. Bullish, GE, bullish. Oh, look at this. I got some input from Instagram. They want to take a, have we done Costco yet? I mean, Cisco. Yes, we did Cisco, and it came up as a no. Sorry. Reason and pretty good support at 39. Yeah, it does, but the numbers don't work. Okay, Austin, you're right. 39.50 is good support. However, it's not 1%. Okay, Microsoft is not on the list this week. Okay, it might be on in a couple weeks. We're going to take a quick look because I haven't got any input from Instagram. This is the first one. Angelus, I'm going to take a look at GE, but I don't think they're on the list for this week. No, they're not on the list for this week. Okay, and next week, wow. General Electric doesn't have any dividends at all? Oh. Sorry, dude, General Electric doesn't have any dividends. What about AMD? We're doing AMD. Oh, no. Did we do Marvel? Yes, we already did Marvel. MRVL. Didn't we? No, we haven't done Marvel. All right, sorry, Angelus. I just take a look. General Motors does. I mean, GE, General Electric doesn't have dividends. GCT. Oh, I'm sorry. New here. I thought it was just a question. Well, that's a question. You know, it's a good question. Don't get me wrong. General Electric is a good company, but they're not paying dividends. Okay, this is dividend investing for weekly cash flow. Okay, so we look for companies that have dividends and increase dividends consistently. So the worst case scenario, if the stock drops, we get higher and higher dividends. GCT. Who is GCT? GCT. GigaCloud Technology. GCT is a monthly. Oh, really? Music? 101 Music. What's a dividend? All right, you bought some more. We'll take a look at it in a second. All right, whoever just offered GCT, it's a monthly optionable stock. So no, I don't look at monthlies because monthlies is just the amount of just not enough money. MRVL. Marvel Technologies. Tra-la-la. 65.74 to 66s. Ooh, I like that. Oh, so 101 Music. What is a dividend? A dividend is the investor. Like anytime you buy or sell a stock, you become an investor. Okay, a shareholder. Where else do you go live? Oh, most of the activities over on TikTok. Okay, so we had Facebook over here. Okay, Facebook is over there. TikTok is right there. YouTube is right there, and Instagram is right here. Okay, So Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Okay, I got 2 more phones and I will be doing. It would be so much easier if I could learn how to use the damn software. Because as you notice, I'm having an issue with the software. I find it so much easier just to buy another freaking phone. Buy another phone, just hit the button live, and then there you have it. Don't have to do anything else. But the software is like, you gotta get the source key, and then you have to do this, and it's aggravation. Some people hop around collecting dividends. They usually pay out quarterly. Al, you're correct about that. But if they have weekly options, I can jump in and grab the premium. So let's take a look at Marvel, because Marvel does have a decent premium for this week. MRVL. And believe it or not, Mr. Al, right? USB and Marvel is right here. Okay, this is the list we're looking at today. But I have USB and Marvel over here. Those are my top choices for this week. All right, so let's take a look at Marvel. I like the way Marvel is dipped. Okay, all right, so a year ago, 40.18. The bottom of the year is 32.21. Now, she jumped up to a trading range of, what is this, 58 to 63, traveled for a couple of months, dipped down to 46.65, recovered from that. The last 90 days, okay, 90 days ago, we were sitting at 55.11, okay? The bottom for the 90-day period looks like a quarter. Look at that, 5. I'm going to read these to you, okay? This looks pretty damn good support. All right. December 1st, 50.52. The 4th, 50.63, 50.49, 50.35, 50.56. What do you think? Think that's pretty good support? 5 days in a row. Can't go past 50. Okay, hasn't dropped below 50.35. 5 days in a row. That's a pretty solid bottom. I don't think so. Okay, let's go back, take a look. All right, so that's the 90-day bottom right there. Okay, whoops, the 50.32. Do you get the dividend if you just buy the option and then hold through EX date? No, you actually have to own the stock in order to collect the dividend. Okay, just buying an option doesn't give you that. Al and James always be dropping gems. Well, Draft, I thank you for that. Okay, so that's a 90-day, where are we? Okay, so let's go to the last 30 days, and that would be 216. Here we go. 90 days, 30 days, sorry, last 30 days. Now, I kind of like this. Okay, pay attention. This is a good one. 30 days ago, we opened up at 65.81. Okay, 1 day later, 29 days ago, is the 30-day bottom, 63.53. Okay, now nice escalation to the 30-day top, and that was on the 7th. That was not last week, but the week before. Okay, now the 30-day top is 85.76. So what happened after that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days of profit taking. Okay, Thursday was the bottom at 65.22. Friday was an up day. Today was an up day. We're sitting at wasn't really an up day. It was, it was a down day, but it is still higher. So you have higher highs and higher lows. So, still is what it is. 67.20 is what Marvel is at this moment. So 67.20. Oh, I don't like this at all. The last trade was 67.20. The bid 65.55. The ask 65.74. That makes me a little uncomfortable. Both of those are lower than the last traded price. Now, when you have stock prices, okay, the bid and the ask, okay, lower than the last traded price, you get the market makers trying to push the price down. So I'm kind of wanting to see what opens up tomorrow. But the 65.74, you'd be looking at the 66s. That's going for $2.22 a share. Even the 67s are going for $1.67, and the 68s are going for $1.21. The 69s are going for 86. It's like almost 5 strikes. 5 strikes are all going over 1%. What's up with that? You sold a 65 call? Way to go. Dude, that's 287. Good for you. Okay, I have no problem whatsoever holding on to Marvel. Okay, now, so Marvel, like I said, it is on my list, circled. Okay, so we're looking at ABM. It's 11 o'clock. We only got a half hour left to go. So we're going to need a couple of good ones before the night's over. Alrighty. A couple of them before the night's over. Do you have service that tells you what to buy? Michael, nothing tells me what to buy. Okay. Only, let me see if I can explain it real quick. Okay. So, really quickly, because there's a lot of people new here. I'm going to go into a website called FinViz, Financial Visualizations. It has a screener, and what it does, it scours the whole internet, the whole stock market. Okay, you ready for this, Michael? 9,501 stocks. It changes every day, but as of today, 9,501 stocks. I signed up for Patreon membership. I sent information to TikTok DM. All right, LJ. If you're going to be here, I'll give you a buzz in a little bit, after I finish up. Okay, so anyway, back to this. 9,501 shares. 9,501 companies you can choose from. That's a lot of companies to choose from. Okay, so I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to look at dividend. See which companies have dividends. What is a dividend? Well, you basically have two different companies. 2 out of 9,500. You break it in two categories. Those that share profits with you and me, the investors, and those that take all the profits and put it back into the company for future growth. I have no desire for future growth whatsoever. I'm 60 years old. I want my share of the profits because I live off of those. Okay? I live off the interest that I make off of my money. Okay? I make 1% per week. That money allows me to live comfortably. Okay? I'm not investing hoping for future growth. Okay, so once I click dividends, okay, watch what happens. I click dividends. Now I'm down to 3,282 companies to choose from. Okay, so I went from 9,500 down to 3,282. Okay, so I'm going to come way over here on this side, and I only want stocks that have weekly options. This doesn't offer that, but it does tell me which ones have options on. So when I go to options, I write options yes. Oh, now lo and behold, look, I'm down to 1,959. Okay, so needless to say, there are services out here like this that will help you choose the companies. But better yet, why not just do this? Dividend Kings, 50 years or more of increased dividend payments to their shareholders. 5 decades of higher and higher dividends consistently every single year. There's 55 of those companies. Okay, then you have the Dividend Aristocrats, 25 years or more of increased dividends. Great, there's 67 of those. Then you have the Dividend Champions, okay, or the Dividend Challenger. I keep getting the name mixed up. Again, 25 years of increased dividend payments, 147. So you take all those three lists, put them together, and you have over 170, 180 stocks. Okay, then just for the fun of it, I throw in Warren Buffett's list. Why? Well, because Warren Buffett has kind of proven himself as someone who can pick a decent company. So if you take a look at all of those, you going to bed, Jen? Thanks. I'll talk to you in the morning. What was I saying? Oh, so you take those four lists right there: Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Challengers, Dividend Champions, and then Warren Buffett's list. That's it. That's all I look at. Then I cross-reference those with who has weekly options. Because if they don't have weekly options, it doesn't mean anything to me. Because if I get 1% per week using weekly options, that's 50% a year. But if they only have monthly options, monthlies only give an average of 2 to 3%. Okay, 2 to 3%, it's only around 24 to 25% per year. And you may be okay with that. But my bills come due every month, and they don't come due at the exact same day. So I like my income on a weekly basis. That's why I only do weekly optionable stocks. That's it. And then I use the dividends. Okay, out of those 150 stocks, I take those and I plug them into this little doohickey right here. Okay, the Market Watch. All right, MarketWatch is basically a calendar. January, February, March, April. It's a calendar, all right? You can tell what a calendar looks like. And I just click on my list, whichever list I'm looking at. Okay? This list is these companies. Let me go back one. Okay? All these companies, most of these companies here are over 100 years old. Okay? Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. Why? Well, because 100-year-old companies have historical performance behind them. They've seen a lot of crap that the U.S. economy has thrown at them. We have lots of recessions, a lot of market crashes. Which website was that again? It was called FinViz. Fin, F-I-N-V-I-Z. FinViz.com. Okay, it doesn't give you everything it doesn't give me everything I want. Okay, so, sorry, I'm getting tired. My eyes are getting heavy. My eyes are heavy and my sights were dim. It's time to stop for the night. All right, so me and the wife like to go to concerts. Okay, you probably figured that out. We went to see George Thorogood a couple of weeks ago. And I noticed the Rolling Stones are coming to Boston. And I looked at it and I think, I'm not paying $220 per ticket to go see the Rolling Stones. I like them, but I don't like them that much. I went and see George Thorogood. It was like, $40 a ticket. And it was a small gathering. All right. So that's what I use to figure out which I'm looking at. Now, where are we? Marvel. We were looking at Marvel before I got sidetracked. Yep. I'm actually south of Boston. Okay, so looking at Marvel, 65.74. So you'd be looking at the 66s. Okay. Okay, the last traded price 67. What I can buy it for tomorrow morning is 65.74. Okay, and if I sell somebody the right to buy it from me at 66, I can collect $2.22. But yes, I get that. My Kohl's, yeah. Thank you. Anyway, so I like Marvel, but what I don't like about Marvel is right here. The last trade, 67.20. That's the last trade. The market maker is going to open up in the morning down. He's going to gap it down. Look, 65.74. Okay? I'm going to wait in the morning and see what it opens up at. I don't want to gap down because that's just another, Okay, so it is on my list. It is circled, but I want to see what it opens up at first. Okay, because it was a little higher today. As you can see, it's bouncing off here and starting to go to the upside, which I like. I like 2 days to the upside. Okay, Friday and today, 2 days to the upside. Great. Okay, you get the downtrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Friday was an up day, and today was an up day. Okay. All right. All that being said, where are we? Oh, hey, look at this. Calvin Hill joined. Nope. Then he just rolled off again. Ryan Rollo, thanks. ABM. Let's take a quick look at ABM. ABM. ABM Industries. It's a monthly, so that's a no. Sorry. Okay. See this? Monthly options. I don't do monthly options because the numbers just don't work. Sorry, dude. Calvin Hill joined us. Thank you, Calvin. Welcome to the show, Calvin. ABT, which is Abbott Labs. Didn't see that. You do realize that's not the real Calvin Hill. Okay, if anybody knows who Calvin Hill is, he's into cryptocurrency. So if you want to do cryptocurrency, go see Calvin Hill. Tell him that James sent you from Dividend Stock Talk. I keep asking him to come and help me out, and he says, oh, chicken strip? Yeah, because Calvin Hill doesn't follow anybody. He doesn't. You take a look, and you take a look at mine too. Go to the bio and see how many people I actually follow. This is a good test because I have eight confirmed spammers out there that are copying, that take my videos and put it up and they say that they're me. Okay, so if I call you, or if I, not if I call you, if I DM you or send you an email or whatever, asking you for money, you know it ain't me. Okay, because you go up here to my bio, right? Was it right up here? And you look at how many people I actually follow. And then whoever sends you that invite, one of that, this Calvin Hill is friends with Elon Musk. Yeah, Elon Musk comes here often too. I feel flattered. Calvin Hill and Elon Musk come to hear me speak. All right, anyway, yeah, so ABM is a no. I don't do monthlies. Just not enough money. Unfortunately, some of the imposters have more followers. I know. How the hell is that? I saw one of the imposters has 20,000 followers. I was like, okay, so my name gets out there more. 20,000 people think that that's me, but at least 20,000 people know me. So maybe when I'm doing a live, they say James is live. So, oh, James is live. Let's go find out. So that's how probably a lot of them get here. So, thank you to the imposters for getting the name out there, but do not send any money to anyone. If it's me, you will have me actually call you on the phone. So continue with how to make the 1%. All right, James, let's do this thing. All right, so ABM doesn't fit. We're looking at ABT, which is Abbott Labs. ABT. Abbott Laboratories, and 112.46. The 112s are going for 143. We're losing 46 cents right off the top, so that's going to be a no. All right, see how I did that? We're looking at the last price, 112.44. Okay, the bid, 112.25. The ask, 112.46. The strike price for the 112 is going for 143. Okay, that's more than 1%. However, if I buy it at 112.46 and I sell it at 112, I'm losing 46 cents. So you take that 46 cents away from the premium, and I'm making only like 90 something cents. So it doesn't work. So if I look at the 113s, 113s are going for 91, still not 1%. So as much as I love Abbott Labs, the numbers don't work this week. Okay? The numbers may work next week or the week after. That's why they have so many followers. Calvin Hill is shy. He won't say anything. No, Calvin Hill is not shy at all. Okay? Whoever's pretending to be Calvin Hill is shy. Okay, they don't say anything. Okay, so Abbott Labs is a no. Ooh, here's a good one. You guys haven't heard of this one. Hormel, HRL. HRL. 34.50. 34.50 is only going for 20 cents. No. Next one. LNC. LNC. I looked at them this afternoon, and the numbers were good this afternoon. 27. Ooh, here we go. It's a monthly. Damn. Lincoln National. DHR. DHR. 257. Yeah, that's going to be a no also. Fitbee, that's Fifth Third. Fitbee, Fifth Third Bank, 36. There we go. That'll work. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, see, I looked at the numbers. Okay, 36.05. The 36s are going for $1. That's more than 2%. Let's take a look at the chart. Okay, now Fifth Third Bank, just in case you were wondering, FITB. FITB is 30th, okay? The 30th of March. It's not this week, it's next week, okay? And they're paying out a dividend of 33 cents. Whoop-a-dee-doo. So we'll look at it this week, and we'll look at it again next week. Okay, now, anyone can tell me if you've made money since coming here? Oh, it's monthly? Ah, shit, it is a monthly. That's probably why it pays a decent dividend. Okay, BK, yeah, you can ask a few people if they've made money since listening to the crap I spew. It's the numbers. It's all a numbers game. So that's 3 people so far. That's 3 people that are here. There's other people that are not here, but that's okay. Okay, now that's getting kind of personal, BK. Okay, we're looking for 1% return per week. Safe, secure, predictable, and consistent. Now, I don't expect any guys to believe me and do whatever you want. Do the numbers make sense? Okay? Do I look at a stock and is it, number one, is it a good stock? Number two, do the numbers work? Enough to keep me listening. Yeah, Al's been here for quite a while. Fitbit is just decreased dividends in the past. Yeah, well, Fifth Third is a monthly, so I don't know why it's on here. BK, 4%. Fitbit, okay. HUM, was that Humana? HUM. All right, BK, you're new here, I can tell. So I'm going to do this for you. You ready, BK? Right here. All right, BK, if you have any interest, okay, here's my account right here. Okay, this is the one that I share with you guys. Okay, here's the trades that I made first week. Okay, week number 1, which is the first week in January. Week number 2, second week in January. Week number 3, third week in January, so on and so forth. Okay, BK, we just started. Okay, just started. I started in January sharing this stuff. Okay, it took me a while to get to 1,000 because in order to share a live, you have to have 1,000 followers. Okay, it took me a while to get to 1,000. It took me about a year. Okay, now I can wait until I get 10,000 before I can use the TikTok Studio. Okay, but BK, if you're interested, okay, zoom in on the numbers right here. Okay, 400 shares of Ford, I made that. 800 shares of CVS, I did that. Okay, next week, 100 shares, 100 shares of Lowe's, Clorox, all that nice stuff. All my trades are right there. You can do it yourself and take a look at the numbers. Just listen. It's about 1% per week. Yeah, a couple of you guys keep coming back week after week after week. Am I really that entertaining? All right, so looking at Humana. Now, I usually don't do stocks over 300 bucks. Humana's at 347. So if you look at the 347.50s, that's 390. That's over 1%. May I ask how much is to join the group? Well, it's 100 bucks a month to join for the walking through all the trades. And that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday between 9:15 and 10 o'clock in the morning. Then at 4 o'clock, well, at 3:30 on Fridays, we jump in at 4 to make sure everything works. Okay, now we have a couple of rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you do not want to hold for a long period of time. Rule number 2, never sell for a loss. Rule number 3, make sure the company has good dividends and consistently increase for a minimum of 20 years. Okay? Now, Humana. The last trade was for 347. The bid, 347.10. The 350 is the ask. So if I'm going to buy it at 350, you all realize when he says 1% per week, he's claiming your investment over a year will make 50%. Well, it's nice to know, BK, you can add. Really, it is. 1% per week is over 50% per year. Which no financial institutions come 1/5 close. Yeah, I'm aware of that also. Okay, that is it. All right, see, interesting thing, BK. This strategy was created for a 9-year-old little girl. Okay, this is the only strategy I share for free. I have other strategies to get 3 to 5% per week, and I don't share those. Okay, I have 5 different accounts. I only share 2. You figure it out. So this dude's smarter than everyone. No. Oh, hell no. I'm wrong constantly. But I do average over 1%. Okay, just listen. All right, that works. Okay, so we're looking at Humana. All right, Humana. If I wanted to buy it tomorrow morning, I'm buying it at $350. Okay, so if I sell someone the right to buy it from me at $350, that's only $275. That's less than 1%. Nope, don't want to do that one. NLY, which is NLY Kappa Read. Okay, 1961 to 1950 is going for 12. Nope. AGNC. Ooh, I like AGNC. AGNC. 966. Yeah. No. What happened? All these numbers were much better earlier this afternoon. Pfizer. PFE. 27.50. Okay. 27.50. Look at that. 16 cents. Yep, that works. 28. All right, that works. All right, well, let's take a look at Pfizer. All right, hold on a second. All right. Here we go, second turd of the night. All right, I don't need that kind of crap. You know, if he can't do the math, I can't help him. Really. Okay, if you can't do math, that's not my problem. Okay, so Pfizer, the last trade, 27.72. The bid, 27.65. The ask, 27.76. All right, we'll do Apple. Apple will be the last one. No, wait a minute. We'll do Pfizer, Bank of America, then we'll do Apple. Fair enough. Oh, battery's running low. All righty. All right. Last trade of the day today, 27.72. The bid, 27.65. The ask, 27.76. Okay, 27.76. So, what is the closest? It would be the 27.50s. And that's going for 47 cents. Okay, so 47 cents. Let's clear this out of the way. And we subtract, ooh, what is that? 26 cents off of that. So that is 26. That's only 21. I'd rather go for the 28s. But then you really got to like Pfizer because that's still below. And where's Pfizer to the EFE? No, there's no dividends for Pfizer this week or next week. Okay. Not until the 4th week of the quarter. So that is no to Pfizer for this week. Even though, you know, it doesn't look that bad. What does the chart look like? PFE. Yeah, okay. Yeah, look at 30 days ago, up, down, up, sideways, down, up, but 5 days of pullback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so no to Pfizer. Just my humble opinion. Okay, 2 more. Bank of America and then Apple. Now, Bank of America, we're not going to look at the dividend because that's not for a couple of weeks. How much I do know. 36.02. The 36s are going for 39. Nice 1%. Let's look at the chart. BAC, Bank of America. All-time high. So you got to really like Bank of America. All right, a year ago, 27.78. The bottom of the year, 24.98. Last 30 days. Okay, 30 days ago, we're at the 30-day bottom at 32.49. The top was 4 days ago, last Wednesday, at 36.45. Now, you really got to like Bank of America to jump on this one. Just my humble opinion. Now, this is what seasonality looks like for Bank of America. All over the place, no rhyme, no reason. The blue line represents this year. The red line represents the other 10 years, 10 years worth of average. Look, she goes up, drops, sideways, up, drop, sideways. No rhyme or reason to it whatsoever. But let's take a look at the next couple of weeks. Okay? Do you remember this? March 21st. Okay, you're going to see that for a very long period of time. Have you got any book required, total newbie, or maybe a playlist, a channel? Oh, you're new here. Yeah, you go to the 10-minute, go up here to my bio. That will take you to the10minutetrader.com. Okay. Okay, the10minutetrader.com. That's this right here. Slide down a little bit. Okay. A video explaining the 3 simple step process: buy the dividend stock at a certain period of time, sell this, and then do this. That's 3 steps. Okay, over here goes another video on what I mean by a no-risk trade. Right here in the middle is the live trading. Okay, if you want to be a member of the live trading, it's $100 a month. Okay, we trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, we look at just before the close to make sure everything looks good. Now, you go down a little bit lower. Social media. Here we go. Oops. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, podcast. Yes, I've been doing a podcast for the last 4 years. LinkedIn, Patreon, TikTok, in all the books by James. James has written 13 books. Okay, and just below that are my trades for this year. Okay, I don't post this week's trades until Wednesday. So the trades I have for this week won't be listed until Wednesday. But this is right here, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, so on and so forth. We are currently in week number 12. Okay, this week is week 12. Next week is week 13. The week after that is week number 1. Back to number 1 again. Hopefully that answers that question. Let's get back to where we were. All right, so Bank of America, basically going to go sideways for the next week or so. Okay, let's go back to where we were. Here we go. Now, for the next couple, this is the last 30 days. Basically, it looks like she's going to go sideways for a little bit. Okay, which is basically what the seasonality tells us. Okay, now seasonality is not guaranteed, but basically going sideways. You got to ignore this dip right here. Okay, let's get this out of the way. You got to ignore that. Okay, almost every single chart you will see March 21st as the bottom. Why? Well, that's when the pandemic was. Okay, the pandemic, everything dropped anywhere between 50 to 80% back in 2021. March 21st. You'll see that on almost every single chart. No matter what it is. Okay, let's go back here. So she's going to go sideways for a little bit. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. But you got to really like Bank. And I like Bank of America. I really do. Can someone do me a favor real quick in the audience? Find out what is the book value on Bank of America. Because right now it's at $36. And I'm pretty sure that Bank of America was at $44, I think. Right here. EAC. Bank of America. Was that under financials? Is that under financials? Does anybody know? No. Analysis. No. Sales growth estimates. Estimates. No. Profile. Anybody know where it is? Really quick. No, not that one. Historical data statistics. No, it's got to be in financials. Earnings per share. Oh, earnings per share, $3.10. Profile. No. Statistics. Yeah, not price book. There's a difference between price book and book value. Yeah, because price book has it is at $1. Book value right there. Okay. $33.34 per share. Okay. Because the difference between book value and price book. Okay, Ryan. Okay. Okay, because book value is $33.34. And operating cash flow, $44.98 billion. Ooh, you want to hear something that's really crazy? Let's see if this is here. This is really crazy. Okay, tax exempt insurance services, blah, 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 blah. Executive, nope. Insurance, blah, blah, blah. Who owns what? Tax exempt, blah, blah, blah. Financial groups, news and resources, executive directors, blah, blah, blah. Tax entities. What I'm looking for is BOLI-COLI, which means business-owned life insurance. Oh, no, sorry. Bank-owned life insurance. Corporate-owned life insurance. Bank of America owns like $92 billion worth of insurance, just in case something goes wrong. $92 billion. It's in here somewhere. Overview, definition, model, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to find out exactly where it is. Bank-owned life insurance. What bank? What is 45 cash value? Blah blah blah. No. Let's go back to what is that again? Back one. Bank-owned life insurance. Bank-owned life insurance rates. Facts, figures. Is that right? Facts, figures. Yep. 50 billion. See that? See the numbers? This is what banks own in life insurance. What does that mean? That means they're taking all the money that you buy, that you deposit into their banks, and they buy life insurance on it. So if something goes wrong with one of the corporate officers, hey, Calvin Hill's following us again. Talk about the too big to fail, 92 billion. Yeah. Well, they buy life insurance in case someone dies, and then the bank gets this huge life insurance policy. But they deposit it into a life insurance policy and they borrow that money back. But that money that's in the bank insurance policy grows unencumbered and compounded and tax-free. It's freaking nuts. You really want to know where your money's going? Look at them all. Freaking, it's incredible. All right, anyway, enough of that. All right, let's get back to where we were. So we're looking at Bank of America. Okay, so if you like Bank of America, you can buy it at 36.01, which is a little bit higher than the book value. Now, I usually like to do, so with this strategy you use, is it challenging for a newbie with no option trade experience? Well, James, this was created for a 9-year-old little girl. Okay, back in 08, when my daughter was 9, okay, she's now 25. Holy shit, I'm getting old. Okay, when she was 9 years old, she wanted to learn to trade like that, because I was trading for over 20 some odd years. Anyway, I had to come up with a strategy that was simple for a 9-year-old to understand. It was safe so that she would never lose any money. Okay, the income had to be consistent and it had to be predictable. Now, we had a couple of rules. Never buy anything you do not want to hold for a long period of time. Number 2, never sell for a loss. Number 3, make sure the company has increased dividends consistently for 20 years or more. That way you'd never lose, okay, unless you sell for less than you paid for it. Okay, so if you sell for less than you paid for it, you're skipping number 1. Okay, number 1, never buy something you do not mind holding for a long period of time. So Bank of America right now is at $36 per share. Okay, 36.01. Okay, listen very closely. 36.01. Now, do you like Bank of America? Do you not mind owning Bank of America for a long period of time? So if I was to buy Bank of America tomorrow morning, right, I would pay $36.02. Okay, that's what the market maker has it posted for. I could then turn around and sell my rights to that stock to someone else for 39 cents a share. Okay, 39 cents a share is more than 1%. So hypothetically speaking, all right, do you use life insurance to fund yourself and invest? I can't wait to do that. I tried doing it this year, and they gave me some song and dance. But if I dropped in, I was going to drop in 100 grand, and they'd let me borrow back 85%, so I could take out 85,000, and I can use that 85,000 to get my 1% per week. I was okay with that until they told me I had to put in 26 grand in order to pay for the premiums a year in advance. And then they change it, and they keep changing it. I can't get a straight answer. So I'm waiting to get a straight answer. Yeah, it's on my list, and I am going to create my own fund in order to be able to take those funds and invest it in somewhere else. So anyways, let's get back to Bank of America, okay? Number 1, never buy something you don't mind owning for a long period of time. I have no problem buying Bank of America and hold for a long period of time. However, if I buy it at the 36.02, I would immediately sell my rights at 36 for 39 cents a share. Okay, 39 cents a share. You take the 2 cents off right away. So I'm buying at 36.02, selling it for 36, collecting 39 cents right off the bat. Now, what is 39 cents? Well, 39 cents is 37, because I'm losing 2 cents right away, and I divide it by the purchase price, 36, and that equals 1.02% for the week. I haven't tried the insurance method yet. Well, the insurance method is kind of complicated, and that's not something I get into here. I'm actually going to have a retreat one of these days where, you know, the successful traders that actually get this down pat can actually go there. And then we can talk about how to get, you know, over 100% per year rather than just 50% per year. Okay. Yeah, I got a lot of weird stuff going on up here. But anyway, I only share two strategies with you. I mean, two accounts. This one here, which is a simple account. And the option, it has a 100 plus shares, correct? Okay, so in order to do option trading in this manner, okay, 100 shares of the company is one contract. Okay, so if I buy 500 shares, I can sell 5 contracts. So let's take a quick little scenario here. Okay, let's say I like Bank of America and I wanted to buy it first thing tomorrow morning, and I want to do a covered call, and I like it at 36. Okay, so here it is right here, the 36, and I'm going to buy it. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this so you can see better. Okay, what this says here, it's a covered call strategy. I'm going to sell 10 contracts, Bank of America, 22 March 24. That's the weeklies. That is this Friday. Okay. The call option at 35.61, limit order. Okay. And I'm also going to buy 1,000 shares of Bank of America at limit order. Okay. So what does that look like? Okay. It looks like this. Okay. Buy 10 covered BAC 100s, those are the weeklies, 22 March 24, that's this Friday. Okay, the 36 call Bank of America at 35.61. Okay, so my maximum profit, $390. Okay, maximum loss, $35,000. If the stock goes to zero, which is possible. Okay, so I'm going to take this and then divide it by that, and that will give me what my rate of return will be. Okay, up here is the calculator. Okay, clear that. My profit, $390, $390, and my investment would be $35,610, and that comes to 1.09%. That's like 1.1%. And on the option, it has to be 100 plus shifts. That is correct. Ooh, we're at quarter of 12, and we're below 100. So I have this rule. At 11:30, if we're below 100 people, I'm out of here. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. Now, I'm not buying Bank of America yet, but if I was, that would be the rate of return. Okay, I'm maximum profit, $390. The investment is $35,000. And if I want to do 100 shares, let's edit this. Okay, so 100 shares would be, my profit would be $39. My investment would be $3,500. Still the same. Thanks for the info. Love to hike. Ooh, I like to hike too. We do. All right. All that being said, it is quarter of 12. My throat's getting a little sore, and we're below 100 people, so I got a little rule. If I'm below 100, it's done for the night. Okay. That being said, we'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Oh, wait a second. I did promise Apple. Lone Wolf, you're right. Sorry about that. I did promise we'll look at Apple. I do own Apple, and I did buy some Apple this morning. So I have Apple in a different account in a different trading strategy. Okay. All right, let me get rid of this. I don't want that. Put Apple over here. AAEL. There we go. And I want to change this back to the single. There we go. 173.62. Just barely. Yeah. It doesn't really work for this strategy, but couldn't find your live show. Which site and what's the name? Oh, okay. Well, if you come up here to the bio right here where it says dividend investing for weekly cash flow, click on my face right there. That will take you to the 10-minute trader, which is right here. Okay, the 10-minute trader. Okay. Okay, there you have a video here that tells you some neat fun stuff. A video over here, a PDF that shows you the 3-step process, and this link right here in the middle is for the live trading for Patreon. So you go to Patreon and you sign up for live trading. Where were we? Oh, Apple. Let's go back to Apple. Now, like I said, I do own Apple. 3 different positions in Apple. Japan hikes rates for the first time in 17 years. Okay. Invest with Willie. Cool beans. Inflation. Yep, that works. Okay, so here we are with Apple. A year ago today was the bottom of the year. Okay? Now, bottom of the year is 154.25. We all know what Apple does. Okay, wait till you see the seasonality. It's freaking awesome. Mike, don't go away yet. You're going to like this one. All right, so from 321 to 726, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 months. It goes from 153 to 197. So 151 is that's a $40 increase in 4 months. That's a $10 per month increase. Okay, last 90 days. Okay, last 90 days, we were at 189. We topped out the 90 days at 199.69. Now from there, we had a little bit of gap down, back up, back down, back up. Now we got some bad news. Okay, right over here. We had bad news in Europe where they had to pay a big fine. Okay, fine. Chris, no to Tesla. Okay, dividend investing for weekly cash flow. Tesla does not have doesn't have options at all. Wait a minute, has options but doesn't have dividends. Okay, so no to Tesla. We're on Apple at the moment. Okay, so Apple had this bad news over in Europe, had to pay this huge fine. Okay, so they pay the fine and they go back to work business as usual. Neat thing is, look, gap down, gap down. What happens with gap downs? They fill. Did it fill? Yes, it did. Look, this one filled today. Okay, the gap from here on the 3rd filled today. What this gap right here? Okay, she was here. She drops down. That almost filled today also. But as you can see, the bottom was here on the 7th. Higher, 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 higher. Okay, so Apple is starting to come back to the upside. So I have Apple I have 3 different positions in Apple. I bought some more today. ExxonMobil, Chris, we'll take a look at that one tomorrow. This is the last one for the day. Now, Apple doesn't work for this strategy because Apple's not paying out their dividend for another 6 or 8 weeks. Okay, but last trade was 173.72. 173.55 is the bid. 173.62 is the ask. The bid and the ask are both lower than the last price. What does that mean? That means the market maker is going to push it down. Okay, is what it is. I don't make up the rules. I just go with the flow. Okay, if the market maker is pushing it down, I don't want anything to do with it. Okay, I want it to go back to the upside. But she gapped up this morning. All right, Friday was an up day. Today had a higher high. Okay, but thank you for patiently teaching us your strategies. Ben Blumhardt. Okay, Ben Blumhardt. Ben Blumhardt. Okay, Ben Blumhardt. Interesting name. Okay, so if I was going to do Apple at 173.62, okay, this one trades in $2.50 increments. Is that the market maker or just heart front running you? Huh. I have no idea what that means. Is that the market maker or just HFT front running you? Oh, high frequency trading. Ooh. Now, up here is what the market maker does. Okay? Okay? This is what the market maker gets the spread between the two. Right? So, at this moment in time, 173.62, it trades in the closest one is a 172.50, and that's going for $2.54. But you're losing $1.12. You take $1.12 off of that, then you're 142. That's not 1%. Okay, do you see that? 173 is the purchase price. Okay, the strike price, what I can sell it to someone else for, the 172.50, is $1.22 lower. Okay, so $1.12. All right, sorry, $1.12 lower. So you take the $1.12 off of your premium, $254. $1.12 is $142. Okay, 142 is not 1%. You'd be better off with the 175s for $1.29 if you really like Apple. I really do like Apple. Okay, Apple, take a look at the seasonality for Apple. What does Apple normally do on a year-to-year basis? You can't mistake that for anything else. Look, this is this year. Okay, this is what she usually does. Goes up, pulls back. Look at this. Goes up, pulls back. This red line represents 10 years worth of data. 10 years, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, so on and so forth, for 10 years. And this red line is the average movement. Okay, so if you buy it in January, by the end of December, you make money every year for the past 10 years. Okay, but why would I want to do that? I want to jump in here, grab my profit, get out. Jump in here, grab my profit, get out. Jump in here, grab my profit, get out. Jump here, grab my profit, get out. Okay, I want my money rolling consistently. Do you have live before the market opens? Yes, Michael, I do live before the market opens, but that is for a special group that actually pays to be there. Okay, I'm a nice guy, but I'm really not that nice. Okay, I share this strategy that I did teach my 9-year-old back in 2008, and it's very profitable. It's safe, secure, predictable, and consistent, and the goal is 1% per week. Okay, here is my trades for this year so far. Okay, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8, 9, 10, so on, all the way up to week 11. Now, this is week 11 right here, which was this past week. Okay, I got 3.9% in that account, and I got 11 point something in this other account. Freaking nuts, if you ask me. AAOL graph every year for 10 years, or an average. That is an average. That's AAPL, Apple. What was your trade today? Oh, my trade today. Well, I have 5 different accounts. Okay, so I'm not going to show you each and every one, but I'll show you which one's in this account. Comcast, Nordstrom, Kohl's, and Walgreens. Okay, this other account right here, Ford, Nordstrom, Kohl's, NYCB, Paramount, and USB. All right, 5 minutes to 12. Holy cow, 100 people here. Okay, George Selmong. I have George Selmong. I have no George. All right, George. That's what it was. I bought eBay at 18. Okay, so if you bought eBay at 18, where is eBay at the moment? Just for the fun of it. Okay, so here's something interesting. Now, I bought eBay once when I was at 365. That was back in the 2000s. Okay, so it's at 51 now. All right, so 18, you must have bought it a long time ago. Now, here's a thought for you. Okay, yeah. Which broker do you use? I use Thinkorswim. Now, I am 5-0. All right, I am 5-0. You can hold it for as long as you want. You can do whatever you want. But here's the thing. It ain't a profit until you take it. Okay? It's not a profit until you take it. Although you bought it at 15, it doesn't mean jack, dick, darn, diddly shit. It doesn't mean anything. It just means you have on a piece of paper that says something on a piece of paper. You can't spend what's on a piece of paper until you actually say, you know what? I'm going to take my profit. What would you say would be a minimum you would need in your account to start doing this strategy? Well, my grandson started out with $50. All right, I'm sure you do understand that. But, hey, I don't tell people what to do. Poseidon's last molar, that is interesting. I bought WebVam at about $8. Okay. What do you think about Tesla? No, Tesla does not pay dividends. Okay, WebVam is not on my list because I only buy stocks that have 20 years of increased dividends. Okay, 20 years of increased dividends. Tesla has not been around for 20 years. Well, they might have been around for 20 years. No, they haven't. They haven't been around for 20 years yet. And they haven't paid dividends at all. So Tesla, no, it's not on my list. Tesla is a young man's sport. It is. Why? Because they have capital appreciation. It goes higher and higher and higher. Is GE still solid stock? GE doesn't pay dividends, I don't think. Hold on, let's check. GE. I'm going here, Yahoo Finance. I love Yahoo Finance. Gives me all the information I want. Now I want to look at historical data. Okay. It's at 169.91. I want to go historical prices, dividends only, 8 cents. Wow. Okay, so here's an interesting question. General Electric has been paying dividends since 1962. All right. Also, if you suspend your dividend, you're looking at a 20 to 30-cent drop a day. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so I am 50. You ready? I am 50. General Electric, 1962, they started paying dividends. Okay, now they weren't consistently increasing every year, but they did increase. If you look at 62 was 3 cents, 63, 3 cents, 64, 3 cents, 65, 3 cents, 66, 4 cents, 67, 4 cents, 68, 4 cents, 69, 70, 71, 73, 4 cents, 75, 5 cents, all the way up to, yeah. And it keeps on going and going, and then it starts increasing, okay? Not consistently every single year, like a Dividend King, Dividend Aristocrat, or Dividend Challenger. Okay, they increase every single year. I use 100,000 in my Roth account and 200,000 in my rollover IRA. All right, George, that's great. How much weekly income does it give you? Okay, I could have done. You're talking about old traditional ways. Okay, this is new type of thinking. Okay, we're still looking at General Electric. Look, the dividends going up, but not consistently every single year. Okay, and then we get to look at 2004, $1.20. 2006, $1.68. 2009, $1.86. Okay, 2009. All right, the second half of 2009, back down to 60 cents. So they cut it down by 60%. That was in 2009. 2010, 72. 2011, 84. Then she goes all over the place. 90 cents, 102 to 33 to 102 to 114, 114, 138, 144. And then in 2017, goes from 144 down to 72. Then she goes down to 6 cents a share in 19, 26 cents, 6 cents. And just recently, yeah, GE, they used to be a good company, but now the dividends suck all over the place. And they're only down to 8 cents a share now. Yeah, no thanks. My personal opinion. Okay. All right, we're below 100 again. Sorry, I'm going to call it a night. For those of you, I'll see you in the morning. I'll see you in the morning. For those of you, I will see at night. I'll see at night. That's exactly my thoughts. Well, there you go. Okay. It's very, my strategies are very simple. Safe, predictable company. It has to have at least 20 years of increased dividends. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Challengers, or Dividend Champions. Okay, all 25 years or more of increased dividends every single year. They have to increase every single year. And if they don't, they get kicked off the list. And who wants to be the CEO that get kicked off of a list of 50 years of increased dividends? Not many. I know I wouldn't want to be that person. What's going to happen to the investors? You're cutting our dividends? Fuck, we're out of here. Because there's 150 companies that don't cut dividends. Okay? So if those are the only ones I invest in, I personally don't see the risk. companies like Coca-Cola, it's been in business for over 100 years. I can pretty much guarantee in 10 years Coca-Cola is going to be making Coca-Cola. Okay, I can't say that for, for a lot of different companies, but there are a lot of different companies that keep doing the exact same thing. Bank of America, I can't see them going anywhere. They had so much freaking life insurance, it's unbelievable. All right, look at that, 12:01. I'm done. Okay, I got to rest my throat for my morning session and then do it again tomorrow night. But I will decide at the end of the month whether or not I want to continue this insane behavior. 3 hours a night for every single night. Wow. All right, that being said, you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Off. Save. Off. And now, off again. Bye, guys. Off. And now. 10,000. Cool. Finish. Off. All right. Oh, you got to be shitting me. Dividend investing for weekly cash flow using pre-qualified dividend stocks that pay a weekly 1% per week. I have had several people already try to report the scammers, and there's nothing that TikTok can do about it. Period. Just be leery on who asks you for money. Period. And never trust a random guy online. Period. Do your due diligence and make sure you know who it is you're chatting with. Period. That's why I ask people to send me their phone numbers and I will give them a call. Period. I appreciate that. You might be interested in my affiliate program that I'm working on.